Yes, we're good. We're live. Okay. How's everyone doing?
Doing
Um,
good, doing good.
yeah, let me see if anyone's rolled through just yet. I'm just gonna check on my phone just to make
Good, good.
sure everything's running smoothly. Uh, Come on, where is it? Hmm, is it live?
It's live now.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. We're live.
Time
Okay,
to. Live now.
right, yeah.
Why am I hearing echoes?
No, I was just checking on my phone.
Oh,
I always
Yeah.
do this at the beginning and like just F things up. Um, okay, so might as well just get started. People will roll through when they roll through. Um, what's good, everyone? It's your boy Raito 6, and here I am with the guys again. We're here in the locker room. We're gonna talk some post-match analysis. Talk some Blue Lock chapter 293. Talk some NEL finally finished, and what's next for the story, like. And just like we normally do, I want everyone to introduce themselves. I'm gonna start off with Suki, and then we'll work backwards from there to Nikim. So yeah, Suki.
yo, what's up? Y'all know who I am already. Um, excited for the stream. Just excited to be with the lads right now, and hope you all enjoy.
Well,
Brilliant.
Who's next?
It's
I don't
Errol.
know. Oh, it's me?
Yeah.
I don't think I need to do much of an introduction. It's me, your boy. I do Blue Lock content with these guys, but go sub to them because if you don't, you're a poopy head. That's how it be.
You
But
guys,
yeah,
you
that's
guys
all
know
for
me,
me.
Raito 6. Great to see you all back in here, guys. And yeah, let's have a good discussion. And we have Nikim, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. My name is Nakeem. I am a voice actor. I am not a Blue Lock content creator, but I love Blue Lock and I read it week to week. So I'm happy to talk and discuss all things Blue Lock with you guys. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Hello.
Yeah, he's also gonna be in our movie. I can't tell you
I'm
what
in the movie.
role yet.
Yeah.
Don't tell him what role yet, but
Well, no,
he's
no, I
gonna be
won't
in the
tell him.
movie. He's gonna
Yes.
be in the movie. So
Yes. So yeah, brilliant. And I can see everyone rolling through here. Um,
Shout
what's
out.
up? I love Bachira. Hope you good.
are
What's
you
up,
sure?
OP? OP's always in here. What's up, Decimo King and Kai Fire? What's good? Matt. Is that Matt? Yeah, I think it's Matt.
Hello, Matt.
Uh, what's good? VS Loghesh. Loghesh.
Logesh, yeah.
Yeah,
Loggy,
yeah,
they
yes.
hear.
And Kiddo Kings. What's good, guys? So yeah, welcome to this edition of the Locker Room, and we finally got the end of the Neo Egoist League and the end of Bastard Munchen versus PXG. Um, I've actually seen a lot of mixed reactions to this ending. Oh, what's up, Val? Val's my sister, guys. But yeah, what's up, Val?
Nigerian
Um,
blood. Oh yo.
but yeah, we've had some mixed reactions to this chapter. So I just wanted to first of all see where everyone's heads at. How did you guys actually find the chapter itself first before we actually get to talking about what we thought about the ending of the match? and the NEL per se. So who's like to go first just to let us know what they thought about the chapter?
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Yeah, go on.
All right, so I personally thought the chapter. I've been seeing a lot of mixed reactions to it. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it. Me in particular, I thought it was a little bit anticlimactic for the finale of the NEL. I wasn't. I think I was. I don't remember what the chapter, how many pages it was said. I think it was what 25, 24. I don't
It's
remember. Something
26.
like
Oh,
26
straight
pages.
six? Jesus
Wow, it didn't
Christ.
feel like
It felt
26
fast, didn't it?
places. Yeah, it didn't feel like 26 pages, but um I think the stuff with Ness was great. I liked how they handled Ness. I have qualms, but we'll talk about that when we discuss the chapter in depth.
Hmm.
For the stuff with Ness was great. For the art is always on point. We have to really give props.
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot the artist's name. I'm so sorry. What's his name? Do you guys know?
Yosuke.
Nomura.
Yosuke kills it every single time. You're gonna have to start giving more props to him. He's mashing work. This guy is nuts. The art was amazing. I thought Isagi's celebration looked really cool. The demon cake, that it's raw. It's like everything about that is raw. It's sick. It's really cool. It just felt like it went really fast, and it felt like it was just a little bit anticlimactic. I think they should have been like I really wish Rin had a bit more fight before
Mm.
the goal win. It felt like he just kind of like, oh shit, sorry, oh nah, like Isagi's gonna score, and then bro scored. So yeah, that's my only qualms. That's my qualms. But when we just talk about it more, I have a bit more to say. But yeah, that's what I thought of the chapter.
Yeah, man. No worries, no worries. Um, Suki, what you got to say?
I loved how they paid tribute to I don't know if you guys know him, Filippo Inzaghi, the real life
Yeah,
Inzaghi.
Mm.
Yeah, so that Champions League goal where he celebrates on the corner
yeah,
post and
on
goes
his
on
knee.
his knees. I'm like, yeah, they really got that goal celebration right done.
Hmm.
Um, the whole chapter was very well done. We got the iconic Neff meme, which is Arrow's last podcast on PFP. Beautifully done.
Neff. Come on, Neff.
Neff!
Come on,
The-
Neff.
Yeah, I honestly really enjoyed this chapter. Me and Arrow were talking about like Isagi's goal, how it's like the best narratively. But Ness's
Mhm.
assist also, people I've heard them saying like it doesn't make sense. Why would he try to pass it to Kaiser if he's trying to awaken? It's not that they were running the same play. Ness has awakened. Instead of making the work easy for the striker, he's trying to like now make the striker work for him per se. Like he was trying to make Kaiser go to the territory Ness wanted. But yeah,
Hmm.
very good chapter. Ness evolution. Isagi proving why he's Goat Sagi. I'm gonna just
Hmm.
let Arrow cook too.
Yep.
I don't really have any more to add to it. I mean, like,
Yeah,
the
just
thing
give us
is
your
that, like,
thoughts.
here's the thing. The whole chapter was a culmination of every single thing that Isagi has learned throughout his experience in the NEL. And while it's not as, like, insane as, like, maybe the twin gun volley or the 5-stage revolver volley or Loreen's crash shoot goal or Kaiser's Magnus, narratively, this is the best goal we have ever seen from Isagi. And paying
Mm.
tribute to what's the player's name? I think
Isagi.
Inzaghi?
Inzaghi. Yeah, Inzaghi.
Inzaghi? Is that how you pronounce it? I
Yeah,
know who it is, but I just don't know how to Inzaghi?
Yeah.
yeah, you got it.
He is who Isagi's inspired off, like, in based off of. He was
Hmm.
inspired, like, the creator was inspired by him to create Isagi, and, like, hitting the celebration after kind of, like, building up his best goal in the series and now taking inspiration from the IRL person who inspired him is just so nice to see.
Hmm.
Like, I can get into it more later in the stream, um, about why it's so good, but it was such a great moment. Everything in this chapter just was beautiful, in my opinion. I think it was great,
Yeah.
and I don't think it could have been done better.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So for me, I actually really like the chapter. Um, I do feel the you know the the sentiment that the chapter felt rushed. But when you look, there's actually so many pages. It's just like, do you remember the first chapter of the match when the match started, and it was just page after page of just action, 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 hardly any words, and it just felt quick, but it was hype. It gave me sort of that same feeling, and I really liked the chapter. I do understand when people say the execution of the goal could have been um a little bit more flashy, but at the same time, narratively, like you said, Aero, it is it is a big culmination of the whole of the NEL. That goal in itself encompasses so much of what Isagi has been trying to achieve from match one. And I think, yeah, I love the sentiment of the goal. I'm so glad that it was Isagi that scored the goal. Because I always wanted Isagi to be the one to score. And yeah, this is like the first time Isagi's actually just outright beat Rin, which again, that should have big story implications that I'm really looking forward to seeing. So now, since we're already on it, what did you guys think about the goal itself? What were your thoughts on the goal itself? Whoever wants to go first.
We can just keep going left to right, or Suki. Jim, would you kind of like always?
Okay, yeah.
Just
So and then we'll
Suki.
we'll we'll start with Suki.
Oh, I thought Nakeem went first last time. I thought we were going to just run with
Oh,
the.
He
okay,
went.
yeah, yeah.
I thought you went last.
No, he went first.
Oh,
Mm.
sorry. Do you want me to go first again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
go
go
on
that pattern.
if you're okay with that.
In terms of the goal itself, I thought it was cool. I like the fact someone pointed it out. It kind of mimics how when at the beginning of the NEO in the Botcha game when Kaiser, you see like it's like a you can see Isagi's after image when Kaiser's about. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. You
the
see like
grid,
little
the
half thing?
Isagi,
No,
The
once
grid,
he-
the
grid,
grid,
yeah.
the Isagi grid. I like that when Isagi shapeshifts as Kaiser, you can kind of see it's like it feels like a homage to that. I don't know if the author was doing that on purpose, but I thought that was really cool. I don't have an issue with Ness passing to Isagi. I think that's fine too. Or like passing in. He didn't even intend to pass to Isagi, but like passing in that general area. I don't think that's bad. I'm glad
Yeah.
Ness awakened, and I'm glad that this whole arc has been Isagi trying to one up Kaiser. That's this entire arc. Like the NEL as a whole, if you wanna like boil it down, it's Isagi versus Kaiser. Who will be at the top of this Neo Egoist League? And I think this final goal, it encapsulates that, man. He was able to mimic Kaiser, and he got the goal. He got it. I love I love that you see the guns as well. I always love seeing the guns whenever they draw the guns when he shoots the gun volley. I think it's sick. I love
Yep.
seeing that. And it was a really good goal. It's a shame that the goalkeeper hadn't stopped anything in this entire match. That PXG goalkeeper needs to be fired. That
The-
guy,
the-
I don't think he stopped a single shot this whole game. I'm so sorry, bro. Is what it is.
No, I don't think he did.
No,
The
It's a man
goalkeepers
straight
never
on
count.
the-
They never count in these matches, do they?
no, they don't. The
The man
U20 goalkeeper.
Yeah. Less said the better. Right. So for me, I won't go too much in depth because I know Aero will have the best breakdown of it. But
Fuck.
yeah,
I have problems with overanalyzing stuff.
yeah, you know Aero's gonna go in. But yeah, I love the goal. What I will say is I love the way Ness made the pass. And I think it's a subtle detail that you'll miss, but Ness didn't let the ball touch the ground. He whacked it on the volley. That pass
Yeah,
was made on the volley.
yeah,
So as
it's a drive pass.
yeah, as the ball is falling down, straight up, it just hit it, which meant that there was really no time to react. And obviously, we see Isagi flashing past. If you're not attentive, you miss it. But we see Isagi flashing past, so he is on side at the time of the pass. But the ball that Ness gave, it gave no time for anyone to react. Isagi was the only one to react, and in the previous chapter, you see how calm Isagi is. It's like he deaded all emotions. Like he had no emotion on his face the whole time as the ball went into the air. So I knew he was gonna react to it. But I love the execution of it all. First of all, Isagi making a darting run from the left hand side into the middle, which meant that Rin, who was trying to follow it, crashed into Shido and Kaiser, which meant that Rin couldn't actually catch up to Isagi because obviously Rin is faster than Isagi. But he it was such high IQ play, and that's one of the reasons why I just love Isagi as a character. It was just such high IQ play that and it's very subtle, so a lot of the time you miss it. I love the paneling work as well, because if you look at the panels, um you see Kaiser turning to run towards goal, um and he disappears behind Rin and Shido. So when you see the vision of Kaiser emerging, you could easily have thought, yeah, that's just regular Kaiser because he was in that general direction. But little did we know that Isagi was disappeared behind Rin and Shido as well at the same time. But yeah, I just love it. And obviously the goal itself was a callback to the previous match, Uber's match with the best ex best chemical reaction. And as well as it was Isagi finally embodying the ideal that he envisioned Kaiser was in the first match. It's just there's so much to that goal. I loved it, but I'll let Errol explain it properly to us because I don't know if I ever explained these things right.
Okay, so there's so much of the situation of this goal that is the reason I love it so much. So, like the first thing I want to take a minute to discuss is every single piece that led up to Isagi doing this, right? So,
Hmm.
if you take a look, the first piece to Isagi's mindset, right, was a piece he acquired in the U20 game, and that piece was actually Aiku. So, because of like the overwhelming presence on defense that Aiku had, Izagi had to find a way to get outside of that defensive zone to a spot that Aiku couldn't reach, but one he could score from. So he's put in that situation again here with Rain. So he has experience in having to find ways to get to a goal scoring spot while being man marked. Because while Aiku didn't necessarily man mark Isagi, it's still the whole thing of like IQ's defensive zone is so broad, it's basically as if he is man marking you, right?
Hmm.
Um, the second piece is his understanding of both Kaiser and Shido to use them as a wall. So because he saw the positioning of both Kaiser and Shido, he called back to the play during Barcha when Noah and Lavenho were matching up, and Isagi was used as the wall to get
Oh
Lavenho some
my
distance against
days!
Noah, and now he's using that in his own way to get a gap
Oh,
between him and Rain that keeps Rain from catching up despite the drastic physical ability increase,
I
right?
didn't even think of that. Wow.
The third was his understanding of luck, because Isagi knows how to find luck himself, but he could also sense it in others thanks to Kaiser. He was able to know that not only Ness was going to be the one to receive the ball, but he knew that Ness's final pass would contribute to the game winning goal, right?
Hmm.
Um, the fourth concept was egocentrism and Ness himself. So because he knows about what egocentrism is, the protagonist feeling, it's what allows a player to tap into flow, but it also let Isagi figure out what Ness is going to do. And for Ness to be the main character of his story, he would want to awaken himself by awakening Kaiser. So
Mm.
by like helping Kaiser awaken. So And through his understanding of like Rayo awakening Nagi's 5-stage fake volley and him assisting Yukimiya, he understands egocentrism from an assisting role, but also from a goal scoring role. So he knows that Ness would pass to Kaiser in the end. And this happened because after Kaiser and Ness's final conversation, it led Isagi to believe that Ness would awaken and attempt to pass that surpasses what Kaiser can do, because Kaiser told him that anyone who doesn't have a dream for themselves needs to get lost. So all
Mhm.
those pieces culminated together to lead Isagi to winning the game, right? And
Mhm.
the final piece was his ability to adapt faster than anyone else that he picked up in chapter 291, just 2 chapters ago. And it led Isagi to realize, I'm the only person on this field, even amongst other talented learners, who can see the future of the field before anyone else can. So he was able to process all of the information and experiences that he had built up in the NEL and even before then into creating this plan. If you look at the first page where we see the luck piece, where it's an overhead shot, you can see the positions of both Rin, Isagi, Kaiser, Shido, and Yukimiya. Yukimiya is not relevant, but you can see
Mhm.
kind of the overall thing. Isagi now chooses to run towards Kaiser and Shido,
Yeah.
knowing knowing Ness is going to pass that direction, right? But he's
Mhm.
running in a way that's going to put him to the left of Kaiser and Shido. So not only does it put him into their blind spot, but
Mhm.
it puts Rin in the position where he
Ring.
either has to
Yeah.
wait for Isagi to go around Kaiser so he can approach on the left, or has to go around them on the right, which gives him that momentary gap. But
Mhm.
also by doing that, by forcing Rin to go to the right and go around Kaiser and Shido, it constricts Kaiser even more, so he can't move at all because he has Shido on his left and Rain on his right. He can't move at all, meaning Isagi, all he needs to do is slip behind them to intercept the pass, right?
Yep.
And the reason he looked like you called to it earlier, but the reason he looked like Kaiser was because from Ness's perspective, he's not necessarily passing to Kaiser, he's passing to who he believes is the best striker in the world. He literally
Mhm.
says, if you're going to
Exactly.
be there, if you're the best striker in the world, you're going to be there. And he sees Kaiser because from his perspective, he believes Kaiser is the best in the world. But only after realizing the situation does he see that it isn't Kaiser and it is Isagi. The best striker in the world
Mhm.
in this situation is Isagi, as he appeared right where he needed to be. Where
Mhm.
soccer was the hottest, the best striker would appear. And that's what Isagi did. And that's what makes the goal so nice, because he's now, again, calling back to what you mentioned before. Kaiser was the perfect embodiment of Isagi's movements, but also was the perfect embodiment of the blue lock ideal. Isagi even commented himself. Now, Isagi, by embodying Kaiser and embodying his perfect style, has now fully embraced the blue lock ideal and is the perfect character and player representative of that ideal.
Yeah.
It's a perfect comparison and perfect relation back to all of his development through the NEL, and by far, this goal could not have been done better. We didn't need something flashy. We just needed something that shows Isagi as being the best striker in the world, and he did it right here. That's why I think this goal itself was perfect. Whether it's flashy or not, it is perfect for what we needed it to happen.
Brilliant.
So that's just what I believe.
Brilliant. Just quickly, I just wanted to address something real quick, and it was just this here from Zoro, who says, "How does Isagi replicate his last play on a consistent basis? It's far too specific and once again reliant on a passer of 97, same as Charles."
Can I
Now,
ask what he means?
yeah, I think he means how does Isagi get these final balls? Like, because Hiyori gave him a crazy ball, um,
Hmm.
and now Ness gave him a crazy ball, but he's saying it's too reliant on great passes. So how can you replicate that?
It's too reliant on great passers because this is the final play in the situation we're in. Like
Hmm.
Isagi has a great passer at his disposal. And the only thing though is that here the great passer isn't going to pass to him. He doesn't like him.
Hmm.
So he's not intending to pass him. So Isagi has to find a way to manipulate the situation into his favor to where the pass will come to him. And if the pass doesn't come to him, he goes to the pass. And
Yeah.
that's just what
So
Isagi's been doing.
so for me. um, in this, you've got to remember Isagi plays off the tools that he has on the pitch. So if that great passer isn't available, he'll find a different play. He's not over reliant on these plays specifically, but what he is able to do is replicate. So Isagi, he knows that for a goal to be worth something, it needs to
Replicable.
be replicable. Yeah, I don't want to say it because like when I try to say it, it would just come out all mushy. But
Mm,
yeah,
it's one of those
um,
words.
yeah, it is. But yeah, so for Isagi, he's only gonna rely on plays that can be replicated, and this goal has been replicated before, so we know that it's replicable. So I would say I would disagree with with it being too reliant on the passes, because we know that Isagi scored goals similar to this even without the greatest of passes. His speciality is being able to find that space in the penalty area. The whole before the first selection in the locker room in the penalty area where they had to knock out Kira was to show that Isagi has a good awareness of space. And in the penalty area, Isagi is one of the best players. When he's in a penalty area, if you notice in the chapter, a lot of the glazing that Isagi got was even before he even shot the goal, which means
Yeah.
that all the players knew in that position he was not gonna miss. He was never gonna miss. They were sure of it. But yeah, that would be my answer to that. Suki, how did you find the goal?
How the hell you want me to say? Earl just explained everything perfectly. You sure you want me to explain? What the hell you
Yeah,
want
stop
me
that.
to say?
Yeah, Arrow's gonna have to go last from now on because he's got all the meta vision, bro. He knows everything.
Sorry.
He is the omnivision.
I am the Omnivision.
Yep.
Am I the
I
Omnivision or is
just
the
found it
Omnivision
touching
me?
that in like the manga. Imagine if they confirm it, because it's fan made name.
Mm.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking peak.
I lose my
I
mind.
I
I
like
would
that
lose
name.
my
I think it's cool.
I I lose my mind.
yeah, they've been watching your videos, bro. If it happens, they've been watching your video.
Like what else, to be fair though, what else would you call it? What, like, if you got to
Oh,
pick
I
what it's
I
called,
Ultra
I
what do you
Instinct. Ultra
Man,
Instinct. UI.
so
No, I'm joking.
so me, I was calling it hyper meta vision,
Oh, okay.
just because I just thought it was like just a souped up meta vision.
that's fair.
But yeah,
Someone
Suki, just give us your lowdown anyways. Even though Arrow did say a lot. Um so just give us what you think. Even if it's the same thing, it doesn't really matter.
a lot of it's gonna be not similar, but like falls under the context. Like, yeah, he did a good job understanding of everything. It's not like a goal that's gonna be replicable every time, but the thought process is replicable. It's like it's a fucking hard word. It is
In it. So hard, bro.
replicated. Yeah, it's a very hard goal to be replicated. Like, you have to make sure that no one could get on you. So he did a perfect job of making sure Shido couldn't move because him and Kaiser were together. And it was like, whenever there's a fight or chasing and there's like you playing with the chairs, you have to go around to even get close to the person. Sort of like that. So Rin couldn't get on him. He also knew the fact that thanks to Yukimiya, protagonism and egocentrism, he also knew about Kaiser's ideal play style thanks to understanding Kaiser's ideals and
Mm,
situations. Then he also has to understand Ness's ideals and situations as well.
mm,
He also was the last one in the panel in chapter 291 to see the ball that we saw, so he knew where the ball was landing to, being Ness.
And for those saying that he only needs to rely on a good passer to score these goals, it's not that. It's all these thought processes coming together and then understanding how to use the fastest ultimate place to go for a goal. That's how Isagi thinks. It's not like, yes, he does need a replicated goal process, but at the same time, he doesn't need the same replicated goal process to score. He just needs the same replicated thought process of being the fastest, understanding everyone's egocentrisms, protagonisms, and fuck Nagi.
What?
What?
Why is Nagi catching strays,
Nagi got random ass stray. What did he do?
bro? What did
Isagi,
Nagi do?
Isagi took his fucking what you call it?
Gun?
Yes, trick.
Oh,
Oh
his
yeah,
trap. Yeah,
yeah. Oh.
he's trapping.
Right. So Decimo King says one thing I'm confused about is what are Kaiser and Shido doing whilst Isagi and Rin are chasing after the ball? Is
Well, the
Shido
whole play
looking?
was like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Like you said, the ball doesn't even drop. It's all in
mhm.
like 10 seconds.
No. So he's talking about specifically when they run into each other. I think he says is Shido just looking down Kaiser in a specific direction. So I'm guessing he means in the because there's a panel where it looks like Shido's looking downwards and Rin's going into him. I'm guessing he means that, but it might just be when the ball's in the air. Um, but yeah, at that time the ball is in the air. The ball's actually going backwards. So Kaiser, Shido, Isagi, Rin, they was all running towards the penalty area, but the ball is actually flying backwards, back away from the penalty area, which is where Ness happened to be. So they couldn't have reacted to that ball anyways. They wouldn't have been able to get that ball anyways. Um, it just happened to fall to Ness, which is whole reason why we get the luck piece show
hmm.
up.
Which, by the way, if we're doing this IRL time, the ball is dropping. Ness then immediately hits
It,
it.
straight
Isagi's then
away.
immediately there, and then he takes a shot. The entire moments of that chapter IRL took maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah, it would have been lightning fast. Cause bro, the guy hit it on the volley. The Ness hit it on the volley. That's like, do you know how insane that is? And do you know what speed that ball would have been traveling at as well?
I mean,
Like,
Isagi does it all the time.
Yeah, but do you know that's an underrated skill, being able to hit the ball on the volley like that.
It's underrated. It's only underrated if that's like if you can do that plus normal stuff. Isagi can't do normal stuff, which is why
Yeah,
it's
that's true. I've
very.
never, literally never seen Isagi control a ball and just place it. Never seen it. And I think I'm hoping that one day he will, but it's yeah,
it would have
we'll
been
have to.
so fucking funny if Isagi didn't reach the ball and the ball just went into the crowd, hit a kid. Oh yeah, there's no crowd, but like went out of bounds. Fucking would have been so sad for us.
Right. Where
I
am I?
think I think Ness would have died because the pass went to Kaiser. Still would have seen that the pass went to Isagi.
Died.
So it's just like, damn, he's already pissed off. So if Isagi doesn't score it,
Right.
No, I was actually shocked that Kaiser was mad at Ness because I always envisioned that Kaiser would be happy for Ness passing it to anyone else. But at the same time, I understand Kaiser's pain because Kaiser doesn't want to lose to Isagi. So I thought if Ness passed it to literally anyone else, I think Isagi would be a 300 million.
hmm
Um, my point with like Kaiser being, or like, oh, why is Kaiser vexed that Ness passed, or like why is he upset? Yes, Kaiser did tell Ness to like let me go, but at the end of the day, you have to remember that these guys are like 19, 20 years old. Like it's also just ego. It's like pettiness, right?
hmm
Because Kaiser and Isagi, I think, didn't they come to if correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they come to a mutual agreement? Whoever's in the best position
Yeah.
They came to a mutual agreement. Whoever's in the best position, they will get that goal, and like they both agreed on that. But Kaiser still gets upset, even though Isagi was in the better position. It's just pettiness. And that's just the type of person he is. Yeah, he's gonna be upset. He was gonna be upset regardless. It doesn't matter what the situation was. If
Oh,
Yukamiya scored, Kaiser would have crashed out. If anyone else in that pitch would have scored it, Kaiser would have lost it. So I think also it just made him more upset because he knows he can manipulate Ness. That's his whole thing. It's like, oh, I can use Ness to my advantage, and now it's like, oh, my number one shooter isn't shooting for me anymore, even though I told him not to shoot for me. But you know, I get it.
Yeah, in Kaiser's deepest thought, he thought Ness was gonna pass to him
It's right or die,
regardless.
yeah.
Yeah, he thought Ness was gonna pass to him, and seeing that he didn't, yeah, man, I feel him still. I feel for Kaiser because I
Fuck
would have
us.
probably thought. I would have thought the exact same thing. I would have thought, oh yeah, Ness has got it. Ah, cool. It's probably coming to me in this moment. Right.
How?
So,
Go on.
oh,
Sorry.
go on.
No, sorry, no. I need to. So can someone remind me what is Isagi's current value?
It's
Does anyone know?
150.
150. All right, thank you.
And what's Rin's?
198.
198. Okay. Right. Okay. So obviously, Kai Fire gave us this question. How do you think he said, how do you think about oh yeah, how much do you think Isagi's salary will be? So I've not given this much thought personally. So anyone else would like to go first?
I'm bad at maths. You guys go take it away.
All right, I'll go before Arrow.
I know,
So
I know Suki was doing calculations earlier, so
I think he'll go at 300 million because each game
ooh,
each game he keeps on getting like a higher increase in bid because his performance just keeps on getting better and better and better. Although he didn't get an assist in this game, it doesn't. I think he still has it in the tank to get a 150 million. And then the narrative point would be like Isagi is straight up to where Kaiser was at the beginning of the NEL because Kaiser was 300 million at the beginning of the NEL. So for Isagi to get there, it's like he's finally at that ideal state that Kaiser was. We already saw him playing like Kaiser with Kaiser's ideal play style and using Kaiser's ideal toy. So yeah, I think
yeah,
narratively 15 million would be really good. I don't think
wow,
Rin's gonna get a big increase. The highest I can see him is like 230 because he played like dog shit after he scored, bro. Like he kept on selling, bro, and like coaches are not gonna like that. Like Raito, you watch football, right? We're
yep,
not paying Ronaldo 20 million to go argue with Eric Ten Hag type stuff.
no,
So yeah, those all come into play when giving.
yeah, there's certain attributes coaches hate in players, and Rin embodies a lot of those attributes. Um, so it's a hard task getting Rin in your team, but Rin is a superstar, and sometimes you make omissions for superstars.
Right. Even Barrow got the rough end of the stick after he started disobeying Snuffy's commands. Bro
Yep,
only got like 50
yep,
million after that. So yeah, it really
yep.
shows that type of thing.
Yeah, so what are you thinking, Aero? Do you think he'll go up to 300?
No, I think he's gonna go 275.
Oh, that's specific.
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at it like EC's performances of every single game, they get better. Like, Barcho got him 17 million. Manshot got him up to 50, which is doubled. And then he tripled his value. And then he tripled his value again to 150. Like, do I think he's going to triple his value? No. But he scored 2 goals,
Mhm.
right? The things that are going to impact him. Number one, he played god tier this game. This game is probably the best Isagi's ever played. Second, scored 2 goals. It's gonna be something. 2 of which we've never. One, which is just a normal direct shot, sure, but the other one's a twin gun volley. We've never seen him do something like that before. Um, 3, he aligned himself with Kaiser, which is huge for fan service in the world because we know how powerful fan service is. It's the whole reason Isagi even played in Barca. And
Hmm.
number 4, he declared war on Noah. People are gonna want him since like this is the next star that is going to take on Noah. If we get him, we get all the attention that comes with that.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is gonna happen. I think 275. I think 300 a little too high. I don't think he's anywhere near Kaiser. Like even
Hmm.
as an individual, like they can definitely. I feel like they can definitely tell he's not worth more than Kaiser. Um, but he's definitely worth something close. You know.
Okay. Hey Leo, what's good, my bro?
He's here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leo's
He's
here.
yeah, he's
he's on
Oh,
mute right now though. One sec, I'm adding him into.
hello, Leo.
He has a mic today.
I don't know.
It's okay.
He's gonna tell
He's
Suki, get off my thing. I only got on you, Suki.
right. I had something here. Let me get off this mode here. Let's get back to the comments. There was uh a comment I saw. Here. Do you guys think Ness will get a salary increase?
No,
Mm,
Do we know Ness's salary,
I
by the
don't
way?
think we
50
know
It was
this.
million.
50. It
Yeah,
was 50
it's 50
million.
unless
million.
another club wants him, he's not going to because he's already signed to the club. Similar to Kaiser, he didn't increase until La Real because Kaiser's already affiliated with Bastard, so he's not supposed to. You know what I
I don't
mean?
think he's
No,
I don't
no,
think
but
he's swapping clubs.
oh yeah, true. He might not swap clubs, but everyone that plays in the NEL has a
Yeah,
chance
gets a
of
bit.
getting
Yeah,
a bid. Yeah. Um.
maybe.
Yeah. No. I think his salary will have to increase. No. After getting
No,
No, you don't think so?
Because
no.
he's
I
into a
I
Your
would
contract.
say
salary
because
only your salary only increases if you do something of value that you haven't shown before. Like
He's done
but
this
he's
before.
he's he's just hit a game winner. Kaiser's not hit a single game winner.
When he
He
signs
just
a new
got game winner
contract,
well, it
assists.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the game winners. It just matters you scored a goal. Like the
No,
reason
no,
Bado's value only shot up 30 million after Ubers is because number one, he scored 2 goals. Sure, one of them you can value at like 20 million, but then the other goal is one that he already scored and used 3 times on. Like there's nothing new that he can do, and he has a formula. If he doesn't show he can do anything outside of the formula, he's not going to get an increase. That's why
but
Kaiser. It's like Kaiser didn't get a value increase until Uber's game. Like he's shown
I
everything that he's able to do up to that point, and then he showed something new in Uber's with the bicycle kick, let him get a value increase. Ness passing to Isagi, sure, he just passed to Isagi, but the pass isn't really anything different. I
but
mean, maybe, but
I think that game winners way more, and I think that's why a lot of the players we see don't get that high of an increase compared to Isagi because he hits game winners constantly hitting game winners. Like ever since he scored in the Ubers match. No, when was his first goal? His first goal was
It was Ubers.
yeah,
and
it
then
was Ubers.
says
He
two.
hit two in Ubers, but
mhm.
that last one would have weighed more than the first one, and then he hit two in this one, and that last one would have weighed more than the first one, even though the first one was super flashy.
Yeah, but we're not talking Ness though.
Yeah,
Ness
but
is
I
Ness is
think
just hitting
because
passes.
remember he already got what 26 million.
He
20
only got a
million.
10 million.
But he already also never played.
True.
He
Exactly.
didn't
So
play
You
for
no
you
one had
two and a half
so
million.
no one had a baseline for him though. There's no baseline. With Ness, there's a baseline. If Ness
okay?
can hit passes to Kaiser, is a really good dribbler. If he doesn't show anything more than that, why is
Hmm.
he deserving of a bid value? Like if I show you I can draw hands really well, and you
Hmm.
pay me $50 to draw hands, and I only draw hands, and I only ever draw hands, right?
Hmm.
Why would you pay me more unless I start drawing hands and an arm? If I'm not adding anything new to what I can do, why would you pay me more?
I think
Yeah, that
I,
that I hear that. Go on.
I think narratively as well. yes, say his bid does increase. We know he's not leaving. We know he's not leaving Boston. Uh, I mean, if Kaiser leaves Boston, he's gonna cry. But like, I don't think he's leaving. But I don't think he's leaving Boston. Um, if anything, I think Kaiser's gonna leave, and he's gonna start trying to run that club himself, and that's probably how he's gonna awaken more by himself. But we're gonna see them again in the U20 World Cup, so it doesn't really matter. I don't see him picking. I don't see him leaving.
Okay. Yo, Leo, you there? You there?
Bill's in the comment section right now talking about Vince bid.
Connoisseur don't want to
Vince
explain
36
bids.
But is he with us right now? He's just on mute. Leo, you're on mute if you didn't know.
I don't think Green would have had such a first explosive goal because against Ubers, that's a tough team to get a good bid against. I don't fucking know. We didn't get to see the game. I can't say shit.
Barrow didn't play that game? Did Barrow didn't play in that one, right?
Barrow didn't play. I'm talking about
the first one, yeah.
Ren got a 36 million, but we didn't get to see his first goal or like half of the 99%.
He beat the GOAT Chappie, bro. That's all that matters, man. You saw Chappie in the frame, you know it's gonna be a big increase. Chappie the GOAT. Best character in the series.
Bro, I actually was just finishing my script. I forgot that people wanted this guy to be a new general.
They wanted Chappie to be a new. I remember the Chappie new
Yeah,
allegation.
You guys know
I think they changed his character.
You think he did?
Yeah, he has a bigger nose. He didn't have
Yeah.
a big nose, bro.
He also put him on offense for some reason.
Yeah, he was up front.
Connoisseur doesn't care about those NPCs.
That was
Well, he also didn't even have Lorenzo there for some reason. Like my theory is that Lorenzo didn't play because he was helping Kaiser with Predator Eye the whole time.
You mean
and he's like, yeah, that's why sorry, Lorenzo.
He said Kaiser, yeah.
All right, Lorenzo didn't play in the game because he was helping Barou with Predator Eye.
Yeah, even in 216 it says you guys ready to go training. So Lorenzo and Barrow were just chilling together the whole time.
Like I don't even think Barou was watching. Like I don't even think he was there. I think he was probably just still with
Barrow
Lorenzo.
don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
also, people want to say Snuffy has Predator Eye. No, he doesn't.
He just knows.
No, he doesn't.
Ooh,
he doesn't have it, but he has knowledge of striker.
If Isagi told Yukimiya how to use Metavision, that doesn't mean he has Metavision. Sure, he can understand how it worked, and he could relay that information to someone else, but it doesn't mean it works. If Isagi told Green how to use Metavision, right, or he told if he told Yukimiya, for instance, and then Yukimiya told Hiyori, and then Hiyori awakens Metavision, that doesn't mean Yukimiya did. It just means he knows the formula on how to do something.
That's one thing I did want to ask. Do you guys think that the Metavision and the Predator eyes are locked to any ego types?
Yeah.
Because I know Kaiser has both. But it seems that it's like the talented learners tend to get the Metavision, and the geniuses tend to lean more towards.
It's the other way.
No, talented learners get Metavision, no?
No, but it's not the genius in the talented learner thing. It's the freedom versus restrictive.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Like the only reason Kaiser has both is because he used to live in restriction, which is where we first met him. He had Predator Eye, and then when going through Ness, he started to have freedom, which then let him develop Metavision.
Okay.
That's why whenever he's in, that's why like Bada, whenever he's in restriction, he is Predator Eye, like active. He needs the light that Isagi creates for darkness. That's pressure. That's restriction. Yukimiya's vision and like the struggles of the mental issues that he has when it comes to like he's gonna go blind. That's what puts him into Predator Eye. Green, the hyperfixation and tapping into his flow state lets him activate Predator Eye because of the pressure created by Isagi. And then with Kaiser, he could just naturally do that because he grew up in restriction and he naturally was able to awaken it by himself.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Sorry, I'll shut the fuck up. I mean,
no, don't worry. Right, so there's been a lot of discussion, right? That there's been so many plot points that haven't been addressed in this match.
I was gonna say this now. I can't hear anybody.
You can't hear us?
We can't hear us.
Ooh, let me.
Mm.
I'll message him.
Yep, I
I
can't
think
hear
you're
you
always
nothing
having
right
some
now.
issues.
I'm using like YouTube to hear you.
Okay.
Go to your settings in the
Re-
EV Mux and change your output. Change your audio output. I think I was having that problem too.
okay. I'm just gonna type it to.
Yeah. Swerve in the corner.
Oh, can we talk about Kiora, bro? What a
I think.
what a fraud.
Oh, I think our next point is about the plot point, so we can. I think we can
Yeah.
talk about him after in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We'll talk about
Oh, don't
what
worry. We'll talk about potential, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll
but
I
get
have
to
a
but
him.
yeah.
lot to say about that fraud.
We'll talk about him.
But yeah, there's been a lot of discussions about there's been dropped plot points, the
Mm.
whole Kunigami thing versus Shido,
You mean
you
it was
know
dropped? Oh, wait, we will talk about that later.
the whole Kunigami versus Shido thing,
Mm-hmm.
the whole Charles um Charles is trying to. We can hear you though. We could. Oh, you probably can't still hear us.
Okay.
But the
We,
whole Charles
yeah, Victor
Charles
Stefan.
being awakened thing and like some other plot points and whatnot. What do
Yeah.
you guys think about that?
Do
Because
you?
personally, I'm just gonna quickly go, but personally, I do understand that I would have liked to see a little bit more about Wildcard and Shido Rin interaction and stuff like that. But my thought process is the story's gonna continue. These guys are gonna have to be on the same team. At some point, we can always address it later on down the line. And I my whole sentiment is because the story's still continuing, if anything hasn't been addressed yet, it can always be addressed in the future. We don't have to always rush everything and compact it all in this one game because it would have just blown the game blown the game out even more. What do you think, Nikki?
I can't lie. I can yap about this for hours. I was in Arrow server the other day, and
Hmm.
I spoke to him about how I believe it means. This is my personal opinion. I felt like the PXG as a team were narratively disappointing. Now, I just want to preface that I believe Kaneshiro is an amazing author. But I think an issue that Kaneshiro has, and I think this is going to be, I've said this for years, I think an issue that Blue Lock's going to run into is there's way too much stuff. There's way too many plot points going on at once. There's way too much stuff. And I think the issue here was that there was so much stuff to address in this arc. Isagi beating Kaiser, Rin versus Isagi, their rivalry. The PXG team as a whole, Loki and him training Charles, Noah and him using Isagi, Noah and him using Kaiser, the wild card. Yukimiya comes on the pitch. He has Predator Eye. There's a lot of stuff. You see how I'm breaking it down, but you see how there's a lot of stuff going on. The author has to. Oh, Akira Jin gets subbed on in this game as well. I forgot to mention this is Akira Jin's first game. Igagori's last game potentially. There is a lot of stuff going on.
We didn't
And-
get a cure, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues. I think I agree with your sentiment that things might be explained in the future, but I am a bit concerned. I am a bit worried that Kaneshiro might forget a few things. I'm not saying he's going to, but look at it this way, right? Next arc is the U20 World Cup. Let's say that Blue Lock, theoretic. I don't know how many arcs you think this is gonna go on for. I think personally we're gonna get the U20 World Cup and then we're gonna get the World Cup. That's how I think, and then it's gonna end with the World Cup. That's how and then maybe like a time skip little chapter, and we see everyone in the future, and we see Isagi at the very top. He's the world's greatest striker. That's how I think it's gonna end.
Fine,
People want a Champions League arc. Let me whisper in your ear. Let me put my hand on your shoulder when I tell you this. The NEL is the Champions League arc. I don't know what it's the league arc. That's where it is. We're not getting the Champions League. I hate to break it to you, man.
Wait.
Itoshi to win the Champions League?
What do you mean? What do you mean? We're getting
Oh,
we'll get a U20 World Cup and then we'll get an actual final.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's why I said. No, I said U20 and then World Cup. No,
World
I'm saying
Cup.
that I said some fans want a Champions League. So there's league football, which is like Premier League and Champions League. The Champions League is the NEL. Like I don't know how to. It's hard to explain, but it's like club football. That's what the NEL is. Club football. We already have a Champions League arc technically. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think we're gonna get like fans want U20 champions. Then World Cup. That this series gonna go on for 10 billion chapters. How long you? I don't think that's plausible.
I want that.
Yeah, I would love that.
Well,
but
I would
it's-
orgasm to Sai winning.
I would. I
Okay,
would love.
Suki, you got banned. You're getting in timeout. Go in timeout now.
I would love.
What
I
did he
would
say?
love that. But sorry, I kind of got sidetracked. My bad. I didn't mean to ramble. But yeah, man, Konoshiro does have a lot of plot points, and the wild card wasn't really addressed, right? And that I don't 100% agree with that. However, hey, maybe when Isagi and Kunagami go share that steak, maybe Kunagami will give us more in depth about what happened. Because obviously that was a promise that Isagi said, "Yo, let's go eat steak." I think that's what's gonna happen at the end of this arc. By the way, I think they're gonna go eat steak, and Kunagami's gonna like kind of open up about what happened in the wild card now that this whole shit is over. That's my personal theory. I think it's gonna be like kind of like the Shibuya chapter.
Well,
They
here,
hang out.
there's a couple things for like what was talked about for like. Okay, do you remember how people were
Arrow, one
saying
sec.
that? What's up?
One sec. Let me just quickly address this real quick. From Kirbis07, who says Barou learned Predator Eye in Ubers, which was completely non-restrictive environment, so it doesn't really track.
But he's a
Ubers is very
restrictive player.
restricted.
But he's a
The-
restrictive player. He's restricted to a
The-
to a style that doesn't work for him.
He's
Like,
restricted
and
to
the-
darkness.
Bado
and the-
functions better with chaos, and he
Yeah.
can't
Exactly.
create that. He functions better when he isn't in the light. When he isn't in the light, someone else's, then he can steal it. That's where Bado thrives. Like any goal after Bado's awakening in the second selection is scored thanks to him not taking the spotlight and stealing a goal.
Mhm.
Like that's the whole thing.
On top of that, for me, Ubers is a restrictive environment because they all have to abide by their set plays. Remember when Nico tackled Isagi and they said,
I
you
get the
know,
fuck back.
get back in line. It's like a military.
Not even
Ubers.
then. Yeah, Ubers is restricted because the restrictive thing requires like set conditions and rules and
Mhm.
things you must follow, and that's exactly
Yep.
Ubers.
That's
He gives you
exactly
plans,
Ubers.
follow the plans to a T, and for Bado to awaken and do better, he needs to shatter those restrictions. Like
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
is a restrictive environment. He's not doing as he wants. He's just doing as he's told, and that's the base for a restrictive environment.
Mhm. Sorry to sidetrack you guys.
No, you're good.
I hope you guys remember what you was talking about.
Yeah, you were mentioning like the wild card thingy. So the interview with Kaneshiro and Nomura that like a lot of people say, oh, Ness isn't gonna do anything else this game, kind of thing, that kind of thing.
That was Onus they were talking
No,
about.
yeah, but the whole thing of like the Kunigami thing, one of the answers he provided was saying that Kunigami will be getting a deep dive into into the later series, or with more focus, along with Sai, Bachara, and Sendo, for example. Those characters will be getting more like direct attention.
I remember this. Yes.
So I'm sure we're gonna get more wildcard information, and I'm certain it's gonna be later in the series. I mean, like this is a whole thing that's being built up. I mean, like take Metavision. Metavision didn't even get a name for over like 80 or so chapters. Like that's almost like 2 years given breaks. Imagine revealing something and then just not hearing about it for 2 years. I mean, like the wild card. When did Kunigami come out of the wild card? Like
150.
End of U20 game.
end of U20 game. He came out 151. It's now
151. We're in like
we're now
what are we on
what 2
We up.
3 years maybe, but we're still in the same arc.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those things of like for BLUELOCK and Metavision, we got a third selection. U20 it wasn't even mentioned unless you want to count Aiku, but Isagi didn't have it. And then go into NEL, we get it again in Barcha, and then it's named in Manshine. Like that's a 2-year thing. The wild card for Kunigami, we've gotten small hints at exactly what it is, and stuff like that. We also seen teasers with Kunigami in that like chamber. We've heard what he's talked to Isagi about, the training we've seen the results of. Like, it's not we don't have anything on the wild card. It's just like nothing of central focus. Because like, imagine how pissed off people would be if we took a whole like 3 chapters to explain a wild card thing. Like, we're extending the game even longer than people are complaining about.
Mhm.
Like, I get you want the game to end, but you can't be like, oh, we should have gotten this, and then be mad, oh, the game's going on forever.
Yeah,
You want us to include more? No?
I
It kind of goes
completely,
like the team's
completely
point
agree.
about like putting too many plot points in like one game.
Well, it's not even that they mention the plot points. It doesn't make sense. Like, cool, Kunigami's facing off against Shido. Their matchup has nothing to do with the wild card. Sure, Shido sent him down to the wild card, but whatever happened in the wild card has nothing to do with Kunigami. Or sorry, nothing to do with Shido. What happened to Kunigami in the wild card? Nothing relates to Shido. All he did was send him there. Like, what would be the point? Oh, they're matching up. Oh, we get a wild card backstory. What's the point? It doesn't even relate to Shido at all.
I think it would have been nice to have seen a glimpse, maybe just to see, because we ever since Kunigami's been back, we've never seen anything about the wild card at all.
But it's
It
literally
would.
not.
I get that, but like, couldn't we have just saved it? Shouldn't we be saving it for like the World Cup when we're going to face Noah Noah? Then we
And
could
that's
get a
what I
little bit of
think is gonna
reference.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be better saved for there. Like, what's the
Listen,
point?
we have to let Kaneshiro. We have to have some trust in Kaneshiro. I believe
Oh, I
he is
trust him more
setting
than
up.
anything.
He's setting some stuff up. The only concern I do have, like I said, is I do think a lot of plot points happen in matches. And actually on Arrow's point, if you remember, I don't know if you guys were there, but when Ubers ended, the reaction to the end of Ubers, people fucking hated it. Why? Because they kept going back to Yuri's backstory every 2 seconds. Now imagine we're in PXG now. We cut to the Kunigami Wild Card. We're back to the game. We cut to the Kunigami Wild Card. We're back to the game. Fans would hate BLUELOCK fans especially. Would hate
like what we
that
got
shit.
Ness
They didn't like
backstory
that
in
Yuri stuff.
242. We got Kaiser
Yeah.
backstory 20 chapters
You
later.
got one Kiora Jin panel for like a backstory for Jin, and one of the
Yeah,
chapters took up
chapter
half
for
an hour.
Kiora.
Yeah.
Like,
264. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they can't have backstories.
oh,
I don't think
Arlene
backstories are
backstory.
bad.
Don't forget Arlene backstory.
Yeah,
We
Rin
got that
backstory too.
Second one.
You want to throw in another backstory? Like, I get backstories are important, but like,
Yeah.
you're pick and choosing. Like, Rain's destroyer mode 100% needed explanation as to why the hell he's like that, right?
Yeah.
Plus, the toys have been mentioned so often. We gotta have some clarification on that, right? Like, at some point, we gotta know.
Kiora Jin's one was actually so pointless. I'm so
No,
sorry.
I disagree. I think it's great.
Okay. I think we can agree to disagree. My one with Kiora Jin was like it does explain why he is the way he is, because of his family, his upbringing, and like how he grew up and stuff. And he's like, what's the borderliner? Is that's the term? I'm
Yeah,
the
he's a borderliner.
He's a borderline. Not even God knows who I'm gonna choose. Bro proceeds to do nothing after that. But
Yeah.
hey, I'm sure we'll see Jin when he makes it in that top 25. And he makes it on the list.
I think he's gonna do it. I want him to get 23rd, be a borderliner.
Yeah.
Because I feel like out of like anyone who's gonna be on the edge, what Raichi, Tokimitsu, Nanase, and Kiora, hell, even Igaguri. I don't think Igaguri's making it, but I feel like Kiora's the most interesting. He could have the most development and he actually has weapons that no one else has. Nanase's ambidextrous, cool. Isagi's semi. Kunigami's pretty much a full the way ambidextrous, and we have post players in Kurona and Atoya now who we don't need you to be a post player. Then Igaguri, you can draw fouls. Cool. Anyone can draw fouls. Plus, why would we want to sub off someone else for you? Tokimitsu, Raichi's pretty much just Tokimitsu, but better now. And then who else did I mention? I mentioned a couple players. I just can't remember.
I
think that was it, right?
Toki, Nanase. That's everyone. Yeah, that's everyone.
Yeah, and then Raichi's has more central focus. Plus, you can't just have him like contain a master striker and then not do anything.
Fez.
Like, it just makes sense for him to have some impact on the later story. And then Kiora, no one has the breakdancing weapons that he does, and I think it's interesting. I think I'd love to see him play alongside Kurona or as a sub for Kurona and have a whole different style to the game. Because you arrange any of these blue lockers in different ways, and it creates a whole new style of team. And I feel like the player who can contribute to a full new style of team is Kiora over any of the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's just what I think.
Okay.
That's what I'd rather have.
That's fair. I had a question from OP, and he's asking. Let me just try and find. Yeah, it's here. He's asking, is Kaiser gonna get a bid increase.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he probably will, but I think Isagi will be number one. He will get a bid increase.
Well, Kaiser's not
Kaiser's
technically
above
part of
everyone.
the NEL.
Yeah,
He's not part
Oh
of the
yeah, he's
NEL.
not. He doesn't get. It doesn't really matter to be honest, but he will
Yeah.
get one.
Yeah, I think he'll go
Okay.
350. What do you guys think?
350.
Is that not
I mean, a
high?
bicycle kick only shot up 20. I think a curve shot like this shoots him up 30.
Yeah.
Plus, it got stopped by Loki like 10 minutes later.
Oh yeah, he's on 320 right now, isn't it?
Yeah, 350. Yeah.
I thought he was on 300 for some reason.
Like,
That was a
dude,
superstar
legit.
goal though.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
Fire.
Loki then stopped it 10 minutes later, like it was
That
nothing.
is true. That
Yeah.
is
And
true.
sure, it's Loki, but they're still relatively the same age. And if Kaiser's supposed to be the next generation, like, it's a thing of like, cool, the shot was probably worth maybe 50 million, but then they got stopped. I feel like that knocks off 20 million, but it's still an insane shot that, if done correctly, will. And plus, he also missed it the first time, so like, it sets there needs to be some conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll definitely get a bid increase. I think Real will also. I'm very curious to see. I wonder what you guys think about it, but I did see someone in the chat talk about. Do you think Isagi will steal the Real bid? Leo, I don't know who said it. I'm sorry, but I did
I don't
see it in
think
the
he-
chat.
I don't think he can steal the bid.
Can't
It's not
steal
like
it. Yeah, they both. I
Get
don't
one
see- I
too?
don't think steal it. I guess they both get one. That'd be funny, if they both get one, they both go to Real.
I hope Isagi goes to Real, but not because of a bid, but just because he won the NEL.
Yeah, you said it was like a. I think your Fury was like, wasn't it? He gets to
The
go.
winner of the
That's
NEL
the
gets to
winner
go to
gets to
the
go there.
Real to train until the World Cup happens. Since there's 23 players, have the rest of the Blue Lockers stay for an 11v11 training thing. Have Isagi go away to Real for training since he was the number one.
And they did something similar in a series called Haikyuu, where Kunigami.
Yeah,
Kageyama goes to the
Kageyama
summer
left.
training camp.
That was
yeah.
my inspiration for it, actually. Like, one of the things that I'm like, oh, they've done it in sports anime. It doesn't seem that far-fetched to do. Especially since these club owners are still actively bidding on them to have them for their clubs. Like, it wouldn't be the most ridiculous thing. Also, what happens if someone in the top 23 just said, like, what if Nico, just random, just naming a character Nico, what if he's like, I would rather accept my bid? Does he just get taken out of the top 23? Or is he like, nah, suck it?
I think you still play for Japan, but like when club season starts, they go play for their respective clubs. No, is that not how that works? Maybe I'm misreading it.
I mean,
thought
like, what
that's
if
how
he's
that
like, I don't want to play for Japan. I'd rather play for this club. Can he just like decline playing for the national
Maybe?
team? I don't think anyone
But-
would ever.
I guess no one would ever say that, but like yeah, I think maybe
Wouldn't
they
the
can.
international tournaments wouldn't they be outside of club time?
supersede them or something?
Yeah, it wouldn't be. They wouldn't even
Because
be involved in the
normally
club
like
stuff.
World Cups, I don't know about U20 World Cup, but you know the real World Cup is normally during the summer,
Yeah.
post season.
Post clubs.
Yeah.
Because
So
there's
I
like
don't-
there's club football, right? And then there's, correct me if I'm wrong, ratio.
Yeah.
But it's like, isn't there club football? And then when club football stops, when there's like the Euros or the World Cup, they go play
Yeah.
for their international teams, and then they come back to their clubs for club football.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
normally how it happens is because most club football happens, during the months of August up until May. So in that summer gap, that's normally
Mhm.
when international football happens. Obviously there's some countries where their club football is at in different times, and so those countries they tend to stop they either stop their club football during those periods if there's a big tournament like the World Cup,
Yeah.
or the players that get selected to play in those World Cup go off and play, and the rest stay and carry on with the season.
Yeah. So
Um,
in Blue
but
Lock's context, wouldn't it be like, let's say Nico did in Arrow's theoretical situation, like Nico says, nah, I don't want to play for the U20 World Cup. Does he just go to his club and like bang ball, or does he wait till when the club season start back on to go bang ball?
yeah, so I think it depends on which club they get selected for.
Mhm.
I don't know when the seasons are for Japan, but like the
England.
Reals and all that,
Yeah, La Liga.
they'll be fine because normally their club seasons are in times when international's not on, so
Yeah.
they should be fine. The European teams,
All right.
yeah. So Leo had a hot take I saw here, and he said he thinks that Rin's value could stay the same.
Okay.
Um, Now, it does sound it sounds weird, but I kind of understand at the same time, only because Rin did a madness in this game by choosing not to score when he could have. And a lot of clubs, federations, and coaches will look at that and will think, not for me. That's not for me. So I can understand that that could hinder his bid, or but I do think he will get a bid increase only because he did score a mad goal as well. Um, what do you guys think? Increase or not?
Well, obviously, yeah, he scored a goal. He broke the best in Munchen by himself. He's easily the strongest individual player on his pitch, rivaling Kaiser. Like, he's gonna get a value increase. It's just not more. It's just not as much as he could have had if he just took that shot immediately.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I agree with Arrow. I think he that was an amazing goal. I think everyone acknowledged it. I think he's gonna 100% get a bid increase. I wonder if his club offer is gonna change. I believe it's PXG that gave him, like, actually PXG directly that gave him a club offer. So I wonder if another club is gonna try snag him. We'll see.
Yeah, we've got to remember though these are bids, so another club
Yeah.
might have bidded, but
Yeah,
they just outbid them.
yeah,
So sometimes the increases that can also explain some weird increases because the more clubs are bidding for you, the more you will increase. So it could explain why Isagi can jump that like triple his bid in one match, because how many teams would have seen Isagi? Oh, Isagi actually scores goals. And bear in mind the game before that the Ubers match where he did finally score a goal, he still got man of the match in that game, that Manshine game, despite
yeah,
not scoring any goals. So he was already quite valuable of a player, like Lorenzo said, but now he's scoring goals on top of that. Just imagine how many clubs would have given him offers, because his first offer was from Dortmund, and then his newest offer is from Bayern, but Bastard, sorry, and and where do you guys do you guys reckon he gets an offer from Real, or do you think Bastard will be the top one?
I think narratively, if we're going with Arrow's theory, he just gets to go to Real for that training arc. But I do think Real will be intro because they're setting Real up as I'm assuming they're setting Real up as the top club in the Blue Lock verse, or like a club that is I don't know if it's like they're the best, but they're an all star. Like I guess like Real Madrid in real life. You know how I think they call them glory hunters. I don't know how true that, or people who join Real glory hunters, because it's all about like it's being a part of Real Madrid and Spain and Spanish football. We know that Sai played for the youth team for Real, and he plays for the team now. So I think Real will give him an offer. It'd be very funny if like Konishiro subverts our expectations and the final club offer isn't Real and it's just some other club. But I don't know what other club I could see Isagi playing for. I think he'd work well for Real.
Yeah.
And then I mean I'm biased. I want to see Isagi and Sai link up, and I want to see him in the Real Madrid kit. So that's me.
Yeah, I would love to see him in the Real Madrid kit. In fact, I'm planning on joining Isagi wearing a Real Madrid kit at some point. So yeah, I'd love to see it as well. Um, but yeah, I'm curious to see who he gets the offer from. So after this, do you guys actually reckon we're gonna get any outside of the Arrow's theory of him going to Real? Do you guys think we will get any actual club football at all? or do you think they will skip past all that to go straight to time skip, go to World Cup
I'll
type of beat?
I'll go first. I want them to do a tiny little training. Like
Hmm.
Arrows. I'd like Arrows Fury a lot. If we're going on the basis on Arrows Fury, I think it'd be really cool if the Blue Lockers do even a friendlies match. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. I think a
It's
friendlies,
just
like a little friendlies
yeah.
or anything, yeah,
I
it'd be
mean,
fun.
they have to refine their new styles because everyone's
Yeah.
different now, and like they have confirmed what they're going to be playing in the World Cup now. So like they need to refine those styles and find out who works with who. Like before, Chigity and Pada were a great duo, but now that they're both like completely different in style now, are they going to be just as good, or
Yeah.
what, what's going to happen? Like
Hmm.
I think yeah, friendlies. I think an 11v11 friendlies. Is it 11 or 11 players?
yeah,
11v11 friendlies, and then that would be really cool. It doesn't have to. The stakes don't even have to be crazy high, just to define their styles and figure out what position, who we playing for, what position we playing for, who's doing what in the
Hmm.
actual U20 game. Then there's gonna be a time jump to when the U20. I think there's gonna be like a small little time jump to when the U20. We cut to when the U20 game's about to start. Maybe obviously we'll see them setting up who the main rivals will be. My theory is that I do think France and Germany will be two of the big rivals for the U20 World Cup, but I think we're gonna see other countries. I think we're gonna see other countries. I believe a popular theory. I think it was in the actual U20 World Cup. It was like South Korea. It was Korea. It was like South Korea, Brazil, and I forgot the other one. But I think it will be Germany and France will be like the final two that we play against. But I think we're gonna see some countries because who do you know who Pablo plays for? In
Argentina.
Argentina, sorry,
Yeah,
there
it's
you go.
Argent
I don't think we'll see
Argentine.
Pablo till the actual World Cup. I don't think we'll see a lot of these players till the actual World Cup as well. I think Connoisseur is saving them, but I do think Spain and France will be the final two, or villains, or like adversaries. South Korea would be cool. I think there was a popular theory that I forgot what Blue Lock YouTuber said it, but I was watching a video of and he said that like in real life, I believe South Korea stopped Japan from making it to the first time that they went to the U20 World Cup. So and like someone was like, "Oh, that could be like fuel for IQ and Sendo, because they have like a rivalry with South Korea." I don't know. It sounded cool. Like the concept
Mhm.
sounded cool. It
Why
was
would
cool.
oh actually yeah
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
it would give IQ and Sendo something to fight for in the U20 because they'd have to have an arc.
Yeah, I'm sure. I do think in the U20 there will be a career thing.
Yeah.
Um, I do think there will be because you're gonna have to establish rivals really quickly. You're gonna have to establish oppositions really quickly in the U20.
I'd love
Um,
to see Korea, and I'd love to see the United States. Maybe the USA will be. I know Japan loves to have the
mhm.
US. It doesn't matter what manga it is, the US
Yeah,
gonna show up,
the US is
and they're
always in
gonna.
there.
So and US does play. They do have a team, so it'd be cool to see the US either in the U20 World Cup or the actual World Cup. And I feel like the striker from the US would be a new Gen 11 person, or whoever position they play. I feel like the US person would be a new Gen. So
Hmm.
that's my theory. That's my
Do you,
game theory, my crackhead theory.
so how do you guys think the World Cup U20 World Cup's gonna go? Do you think we're all gonna go to a specific country, stay in camp, and then interact with other teams like some bullying going on there, like
Some bully.
do you know how Kaiser just pulled up on Isagi
Yeah.
at the beginning of the like? Do you reckon something like that's gonna happen when we get to
I
the
think the
World
next
Cup?
guy's gonna be a huge fanboy.
Well,
Do you reckon?
that'd be a very big summer. I like that idea.
Well, wouldn't it be cool? Like everyone who sees Blue Lock is like, "Oh, screw these guys." I'll be like, "But what if there's just this one dude who's just like, damn, these guys showed up out of nowhere, defeated the team, and they're now like the center of the world.
I
That's cool as hell."
Hmm.
I'm a
I
huge fan of Blue Lock because the whole world's watching Blue Lock TV right now. Everyone is watching it. So who's to say
Yeah.
that the guys that they're going to be facing wouldn't be watching as well? Wow, they're like, wow, this is really damn cool. I really love you guys. I love what you guys have done, and I love what you guys stand for. I cannot wait to face you guys. Out of like a
I
whole respectful thing, like they're nice, but they're like, I can't wait to play against you, kind of thing. Like I know playing against you, if I beat you, will make me better, and if I lose, I'm not as good as I can be yet, kind of thing. I think it'd be a great kind of development for someone.
I think friendly rivals will be a it'll be a really good subversion of expectations, because Kaiser was such a dickhead. The U20 players, when we were first introduced to them, were dickheads outside of Aiku, who really just he liked the opportunity.
Actually, no, the U20 players weren't even dickheads. Like Aiku literally said, like Aiku was friendly to Isagi when they were first talking.
Yeah,
like,
they were.
Sorry, but you guys aren't gonna score any goals, but you're welcome to try. Like, he was being nice and stuff, and then when they were interacting on the field, they were fine. Even Sendo was fine with them. Like
Sendo didn't like Sai. My bad. I'm like missing.
Sendo didn't like Sai. They had no problem with the blue lockers. I think the only person who had an issue might have been Sendo, just because of his experience with Shido. Are they all like that? But like even Neru was chill with Yukimiya and chilling with him.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't
They're all
get to
chill with
see,
each other.
in the anime, we didn't get to see their day out.
Yeah, we never get to see day off. But the only one who was pissed off was Sendo because he lost. But even then, he doesn't consider them like, I hate you. He's just like, well, you're my next rival. I have to overcome you, kind of situation.
Without spoiling too much, there's another football anime called Inazuma 11. I'm sure you guys are aware of it, familiar with it. Yeah, they did a similar kind of arc where we saw players from other countries, and a lot of them were actually really chill with Japan. They weren't like the only like Loki doesn't fuck. Not that Loki doesn't fuck with Japan. Loki wants to see Japan's evolution. Actually, that's the whole reason he was so excited about Rin. That's why he passed to Rin and stuff. He's like, oh, I believe in you. Like, I want to see you become. I want to see if Japan is capable of changing.
It's so sad how arrogant he got. Like, when we first met him, he was so nice to them.
He was really nice in the World 5.
I think that was the front though.
Yeah.
The anime cut that scene out actually. In the manga, Loki is very chill to Isagi. Yeah, she shakes his hand.
The entire reason he's chill is because Luna, what they cut out from the anime, they cut out Loki and Luna dialogue. But in the whole thing of like Blue Lock, when they meet, like after Luna stops Darasova and Rain from fighting, he literally says, you guys are acting like children. He literally says, if you're his brother, I'm sure you've got amazing talent. I can't wait to play against you. But I've got to say, I think this is really interesting. This project to make Japanese soccer the best in the world. I mean, there's a higher chance of someone becoming a Yokozuna in sumo. So it's pretty incredible how Japan is able to dump such a reckless amount of money into something like this. Green says, are you being ironic? And he says, no, I was trying to praise you guys. Gambling your lives on a wish that'll never come true. Japanese people really are the world's top masochists. Even Loki's like, you're being rude. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry about that. He does mean well. Don't mind them.
Konoshiro did a 180 with Loki. It's very weird.
But yeah,
I guess he was more just saying like, I guess he was saying out of his own disappointment.
Yeah.
I guess he wasn't mean directing it at anyone else. I guess he was more like, I guess he thought the only person who had a chance would have been Rain, and because Rain failed, I guess he's like, damn, I guess we need a little more time. But like, still, they made him seem like a dick. I wish he said that off the field. Like, what she said when he was sitting down, and just have Isagi not comment like an asshole.
I do think, much like the Chapper thing, I think Kaneshiro decided to change some aspects of Loki and PXG and stuff, because I do think at first he wanted Loki to be like, you know, someone the rest could look up to, but then he decided, nah, I want him to be someone that we want to hate. So I think they changed his character, and I think there was instructions not to put that scene in the anime specifically.
Well, they were just running out of time. Like,
do you reckon?
Like, dude, they had to get through the whole World 5 match.
Yeah, they caught a lot
and
they
had to get to the selection stuff. Like, the World 5 match cut out like 2 full chapters of that game. Like, that game could have been as long as an anime episode.
I unfortunately need to leave, so this will be my last point before I go. But I think going on Arrow's thing, like them being fans of Blue Lock, and I was talking about Inazuma 11, there is a character in season 2 of Inazuma 11 who looks up to the main character, Mark, who's the goalkeeper. And I think it would be really cool if one of the new Gen 11s, I want a new Gen 11 who's a goalkeeper who loves Gagamaru. I want him to I want those two to have the coolest rivalry. But we see it from like the goalkeeper's perspective. Like we see the new gen blocking shots, and Gagamaru's like, wow, he's amazing. But then from the new gen goalkeeper's perspective, he's like, this guy is also amazing. And like, I want that to be the friendly rival. I want those two goalkeepers.
That would be good for Gagamaru development. Like, he's got like, Imagine this. Okay, I've said if they do a new Gen 11 goalkeeper, he needs to be like Murasaki Bara from Kuroko Basket. He needs to be this
Yeah.
massive individual
Yeah,
to where like he
yeah.
barely needs to move to put a shot on. He's like, wow, our
Yeah.
strikers are struggling to score. I need to hold the line just as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and have it be that kind of nice
That
rivalry
would be
between the two.
amazing, man. That would be so cool. Like, can you imagine? Like, it just we don't really we see the Blue Lock players fighting for their lives, and we get like Gagamaru in a monologue about how amazing this goalkeeper is, and then we get his. It would be so cool. I just think it would be dope. Hey, Connor,
Imagine how sick it would be to do a crossover with another soccer anime. Like I was talking about this,
Or
like,
Inazuma.
you know Embers, right?
I know
The new
Embers.
soccer
Yeah,
anime.
yeah. I'm reading it
Imagine
currently.
like if Embers was further along in the story. Imagine if they did a crossover. Embers was one of the final teams in the World Cup that Blue Lock had to face. The Embers team.
Ooh.
That'd
I
be
think that would have been cool.
I think they're
It
both
won't happen.
they're both Japanese, unfortunately. So that
Oh,
that
yeah.
can't
No, I know.
happen.
But like
it-
I was
a
thinking, like, what if they
friendlies
did
match would be cool.
crossovers and stuff?
Yeah. I made this joke. You know, have you guys ever read Aoashi before?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan.
I've-
That's
No.
fair.
I've not yet, but I will at some point.
Yeah, it is more of a realistic approach to football, whereas Blue Lock is very like shonen.
Well, it's
How-
not even
yeah.
that. It's just I can't get into it. Like the art is just not good.
Okay.
Like I'll put it like this. I started on the anime, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like I hate the art for the manga. Like if I compared Blue Lock goals to spoil. Have you read the latest chapter? any of you care?
Aoashi? Yeah, I mean, I know.
any
I
of you
know.
care if I
I've
mention
seen
it?
the hype. I've seen the hype.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
okay.
the goal.
I'll just mention it. Ashito scores, right?
Yeah.
I could not be less hyped for a goal in my life. Looking at it, like I've read the previous chapters. I know Akatsu, I know Ashito. Like I think they're cool. Like I like Akatsu, right? I think he's cool. But like it's the whole thing of like I see all this happening, like wow, this is dope as hell. They're linking up together. Ashito's coming off from the defensive line. Like the center back and Akatsu is pushing down the field together. And then they pass it to Yuma, right? I think his name is Yuma. He takes a shot and misses, and then Ashito's there to rebound. There's like no hype to it at all from the art. As just an
Okay.
outside perspective, you can see the Blue Lock art and see like, wow, there is a lot of intensity going on here.
Mhm.
I
They don't
would
match it.
I would agree to disagree. I think Ashito's art isn't as like it's not as impactful as Blue Lock. You know how like you can
Yeah,
feel
that's the
you can
point
feel
I'm
yeah, you can
making.
feel it. I think Ashito's art is a bit more grounded and a bit more real, but when Ashito's art hits, I think it hits. But the reason I brought up Ashito is because you were talking about crossovers. I would look a link up play between Isagi and Ashito. I think
Is
would
he
be-
really that good? Doesn't he just have
He-
the same weapon as Isagi? Just like,
yeah, he has a it's like his vision. It's like Ashito's the main character of Aoashi.
yeah, he's got like the bird's eye thing, right?
He has the bird's eye, yeah, but he's a playmaker and he's also a slight spoilers. He plays center back. He doesn't play a striker position.
We used to, and then
He did, yeah, he was aiming for it and then his coach was like, "Nah, bro, please swap to a different role."
he
You
took
know.
the Kunigami route.
Yeah. And a link up play between Isagi and him would be fire if they ever did a crossover or just artwork. I hope the author draws because the manga's ending soon. So hey, Konoshiro, let's get a little final drawing of Isagi dapping that boy up.
That's also why I think like what I think would happen with Sai, like Ray Dark being that person to tell Sai
to swap
become
positions.
a midfielder, like have that situation of them face each other,
Well,
or like have him face good strikers that Ray Dark believes are actual ones, and have Sai be like, yeah, this is not what you can do.
that would be fire. Also, well, before I go, one last thing. Ray Dark is a reference to Inazuma 11, and I think that's fire as fuck. There's a guy called Ray Dark. It is. That's actually a reference because the main villain of Inazuma is called Ray Dark. It's actually a reference to Inazuma 11.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head off. It was really fun talking to you guys. I hope you guys in chat have a wonderful day as well.
Brilliant having you on, bro. And yeah, we look forward to you coming on again, man. You're always welcome.
Thank you so much.
You know, so
Yeah,
next week, same time. If you're here, bro, if you're available, jump on, bro.
Will do, man. Will do. All right. See ya.
I gotta go because I gotta edit this video. I appreciate you so much for having me on, man.
Oh, wait, Errol, I've got a question for you though before
Yeah,
you
what's up?
leave. Right.
What's up?
So,
Are you in love with
um,
Kaiser?
huh?
What? I heard. Are you in love with? Are you in love with you? I'm like, what?
Nah,
Am I
Karis.
in love? Do I love me? I love me, bro.
Are you in
I
love with
love me.
Karis though?
Karasu.
No. Stop it. Come on.
Right. So the question is, um, captains. First, who do you think will be captain of Japan? Second, who do you want to be captain of Japan?
Aiku.
Ooh, IQ.
I think no one else fits the requirements. Like I'll go through the people who I've heard people say Aiku, I've heard people say Isagi, I've heard people say Rin, I've heard people say Barou, I've heard people say Karasu, and I've heard people say Chigiri.
Hmm.
Chigiri and Karasu for me are out. Chigiri, yeah, he's
No
really
way.
vocal, but like, and he's really friendly with pretty much everyone, but he has no other qualities aside from
Hmm.
that. Um, Bado, I'll go through like least likely to most likely. Then goes Isagi. I don't think Isagi would be the captain. I feel like he doesn't have as much outgoingness and constructing of plays with people. He'll do it kind of on his own and hopes people will
Hmm.
respond to him.
Hmm.
Like with Hiyori, he doesn't really tell him to do anything anymore.
Yeah,
Like he just does it. He already just does
he
whatever
does
he
it.
wants, and people it
Yeah.
just happens to be what Isagi needs. They just know instinctively. Same with like Yukimiya and
Hmm.
Hiyori and Yukimiya in these recent couple chapters. It's exactly what they know. Rain, he was captain, but that was just because he was the best player. Doesn't really seem like he's gonna do. He didn't really do anything captain like. He just kind of said, "Yo, we're gonna destroy them," which is a pretty obvious thing.
Hmm.
Karasu, I don't know why people want Karasu to be captain. He's done
What?
nothing worth.
It's only
Just,
because of the vocals though.
but
That's it.
more
Karasu's a perfect.
the own. No, he's
Right,
not.
right. No,
What do
no,
you
wait.
mean he's
Okay.
perfect?
No. Suki, let me know yours, and then I'll let you know why
Okay.
I.
I don't
But
think he should be captain, but I for if it was to be the case, these would be the following reasons for why people would assume it. One, he's very vocal. Like he will always be telling people to get in line and like order
Hmm.
people. Like example, chapter 147, like when he's like everyone get back in line.
Hmm.
Two, in episode 9 we see him always being calmly assessive of the plays, like forming up new tactics on the fly. And three, they just love glazing Karasu. Like I can't say anything else. But he's not gonna be
But
captain. I don't think he should.
who do you think should, and who do you think will?
IQ.
IQ. Okay. So for me, I think Karasi should be captain,
why?
right? And I think IQ will be captain.
Why should
First,
Karasu be captain?
wait. I'll go first with I'll leave Karasi last, right? First, I think IQ will be captain because he's been captain. He's already is the captain. Um, and he's good. He's a great captain. But the reason why I think Karasu should be captain is because first, the fact that he plays centrally. Second, the fact that he is vocal and instruct. If you actually look at the U20 match on Blue Lock side, it was Karasu the one that was instructing players. It was Karasu the one that was talking to the referee. It was Karasu the one that was vocal to the players, and players responded to Karasu. He was actually the real captain. Like if it was going by real life captaincy, Karasu was the one that actually embodied captaincy for Blue Lock, whereas Rin, he didn't really embody captaincy, but what he did embody was was
Ace.
the lead by example. So there's normally two types of captains in footy. You have the captains that lead by example, and you have the captains that are vocal. So those are those are usually the two type of captains that you have in real life football. Now, IQ and Karasu would be more suited to the lead by the vocal captains, and they are also authoritarian type of people. So people follow these guys. Karasu, like people follow Karasu. They have mad respect for Karasu. And then Rin, he's more of the lead by example type of captain. Although me personally, I wouldn't have Rin as a captain for love or money because I don't think he's captain material whatsoever. Isagi would be a perfect follow by example captain. But yeah, Karasu, because he is authoritarian, he's vocal, he's insightful, and he's got experience. All those are really helpful to have in your captain. And I think he would make at least even a good vice captain for Blue Lock.
Yeah, I think vice captain is fair, especially since he's a third year. Like most of the blue lockers are second and first years. The
Hmm.
problem with him being captain is he's not even going to make the starting 11. So your
Oh,
cap he's not making starting 11.
what?
I could name 2 other characters who are better than what he can do.
Who?
He always going to be starting 11.
Raichi, Kunigami. They play center defensive midfielder better than Karasu does.
Righty.
Raichi,
Karasu before Awakening
Kunigami,
Metavision didn't have a single positive play.
but he does that now. No, don't say that. Karasu was first to every second ball there was in this match.
The
Karasu was
only
first
play
to
that he
every
did
second ball.
decent was he held off Kiora, who doesn't have a strong physique already, and Grim to then send a pass to Charles. He couldn't stop Isagi from passing. He needed to team up with other players every single play, which, by the way, he still either lost with assistance or he only stopped them because the player assisting him, like, what was better than him? Like, he stopped Kaiser, sure, but he had Rain with him, right? He stopped Kaiser. He helped Rain stop the Kaiser impact. But Karasu wasn't even touching him. It was Nanase holding him back. Karasu in the U20 game, all he does is repeat stuff that the players already know. He doesn't add anything that's insightful. Sure, he talked to the ref. Cool. Him talking to the ref made no impact on the game. Nothing. It didn't do anything. If the ball was going to be a turnover, Karasu talking to them did not make that happen. It was going to be a turnover.
that part, not him being a
Karasu, at the end, he didn't stall Sai. Not at all. Sai got around him
Sorry,
immediately. All he did was act as another warm body.
Sorry,
Right?
my setup messed up. 1 second.
No, you're good. Like, Karasu did stop the twin gun volley. I will give him that. Right? But then he lost. He couldn't even predict Yukimiya's play. And then he lost to Hiyori right after.
So
If you want a captain, I think cool, you can be vocal as vocal as you want, but if you can't lead by example, you are not a good captain. If I scream at you telling you to do something, but I myself can't lead by example and help do similar things of equal impact, then I'm not a good captain. If I'm telling you, bro, why couldn't you if I said, dude, go stop that guy, and then you lose, and I know I couldn't stop them, what the fuck? Like, I'm not leading by example. I'm just saying, oh yeah, you can go do something. It doesn't mean anything. Like, Aiku's great because he can lead by example, but he can lead by example. He's great and he's vocal enough, but he's also such a strong defensive presence on that line. Like, everyone has confidence in him. That's why he made captain of the previous team, because of his strong ability on defense, that everyone who put their faith in him did not have to worry. I can't do the same with Karasu. I can't have the same amount of trust in Karasu to win a play as I can with someone like Aiku, or Isagi, or Rin, or Barou. I can trust them way more than I can trust Karasu with winning a play and putting my faith in them as ifing. I can complain all I want to the ref, right? I can complain all I want to them. I can be like, oh,
Right, so turn off the phone.
yeah. I can complain all I want to the ref. I can tell players to do whatever they want to. But if I don't have the skill to back up the commands I'm giving, it doesn't mean crap. Keep in mind, by the way, if Karasu were to give Barou an order, he's not gonna fucking listen. If Aiku gives Barou an order, he's listening, because Barou canonically has said that the only person he respects and will listen to, aside from Stuffy, is Aiku. I think if Aiku can command someone like Barou who listens to nobody, not even Ego, then he should be captain.
And who's the one person Barrow knows the name of before Blue Lock in Nationals? It's IQ. He doesn't remember motherfuckers' names, but he remembers
Yeah.
IQ.
He remembers Aiku. Aiku's the reason that he stopped. He didn't go to nationals. Aiku stopped him from getting there. Aiku's the only person he remembers and acknowledges as being someone of equal strength to him prior to Blue Lock that he considers to be an equal rival. I don't think there's a single better player to be captain. Call Karasu all you want, but I'm not downplaying Karasu. If Karasu can't command someone like Barou with enough respect, but also can't lead by the example of someone like Barou would listen to, he doesn't deserve to be captain. I think Barou's the bar. Also, Raito just left. It's our stream now.
Wait, Karasu stopping Twin Gun Body is over. It's literally the same thing. They both saw through it, but the problem is Isagi had nothing to counter with. Meanwhile, Karasu stops the shots, not like Isagi playing. Isagi was still in motion with Aiku.
And here's the thing. If you're putting Isagi against Karasu and Isagi against Aiku, Isagi's losing to Aiku 9 times out of 10. Isagi got past Karasu. Karasu couldn't stop Isagi from passing. All Aiku had to do, because that's what he's told to do, was just to stop Isagi from moving. That was all he needed to do.
Right.
Karasu could not only stop Isagi from moving, but he also couldn't stop Isagi from passing, which is what Karasu was known for being able to do. The whole thing, Aiku is better suited for captain because not only is he vocal, but he leads by example, and people put his trust in him, so much so that someone as ignorant as Barou, someone who doesn't want to listen to anyone, respects and will listen to him. He wouldn't do the same for Karasu, and I think that's the bar you need to look at.
But yeah,
So sorry, I actually my stuff messed up. I had to go out and come back in. But I'm not saying Karasu over IQ, but Karasu has the qualities of a captain.
But the qualities of the captain that you're saying, or is that he's lead by example or lead by like command or whatever the hell you said? Like, the only thing Karasu has ever done that is captain worthy is saying stuff that the players already know what to do. He told Yukimiya, don't charge in, and Yukimiya is like, I know, I'm not charging in. He screams, everyone get back and mark the players. Like Barou said, they were already going to do that. He's saying things that they already know to do and weren't already aware of. Aiku would give commands that they weren't aware of because he has a higher spatial awareness level than Karasu does. He will notice things and observe things better than Karasu will and be able to direct them to things that they wouldn't originally be able to see. That's what puts Aiku apart.
I disagree
Karasu is not it.
I disagree with barking instructions that people already know. If you on the pitch, you have to bark the instructions anyways. Everyone knows their role and what they need to do. You still need someone to shout the instructions.
Why?
Because on the field of play with adrenaline, sometimes you switch off. The captain
That's
has
in
to
real
be
life.
on.
This is a series. This is a big. This is Blue Lock.
I hear that, but
series.
you still need to have the actual concepts in place. So you still need to have the actual concepts in place. So like the qualities of a captain, he still has that. He still
I understand that thing of like barking commands and such, but as it's been shown, the adrenaline thing is pretty much just flow in Blue Lock. Your adrenaline's pumping, you're getting into flow. But we've seen that when players enter flow, they're still as aware as they ever were. They're just more locked in, and their performance goes up. Like Isagi, when he's in flow, just makes him process information faster. He's gonna know everything.
I get
better
that,
now.
but regardless, the captain still has to give instructions to players because he doesn't know if they switched on or not. So he's not. IQ would still instruct his players to come back even if they know they need to come back.
But the point is, you're saying that they wouldn't be.
It's still part of your job as a captain to do that,
I
regardless. And
understand.
on top of that, your captain doesn't need to be your best player or be able to do everything everyone else can do. That's a fallacy. Your captain just needs to be someone who's a leader on the pitch. And what we say in football is the captain is the manager on the pitch. The captain is the manager on the pitch. So that's how we classify the captain.
Yes,
Oh, using
So
footy
I
now.
get that, but the whole thing of like you have to put in the actual concepts. But in Blue Lock, we see that doesn't happen. We've seen from
no,
other
no, but
people's
we
perspectives that they're not. They never. The only player to ever consider getting switched off is Rain, and even then, he's still
Tokimitsu as
very.
well. Tokimitsu as well. Rin Tokimitsu.
Tokimitsu is irrelevant.
No,
Tokimitsu
no,
is an
but
irrelevant
this is
character.
what I'm saying. These players are still on the pitch.
Tokimitsu has not had his anxiety thing,
No,
his
no,
anxiety rush
but,
that makes him a decent player since he was debuted in the second
but
selection.
that
And
doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, in a football match, it doesn't matter.
but
As
it
long
does
as you
because of the
need
current
someone,
players.
to bark the instructions regardless.
I get that, but you're talking of like barking the instructions IRL, yes, but in Blue Lock, we've seen the characters, they're fully aware. It doesn't matter how adrenaline pumped they
You
are. The only character who
you've
isn't
got to
is Green
forget
when he first debuted in
you've got to
Destroyer mode.
forget the
He's not
whole
like that.
you've got to forget the whole in Blue Lock that they're already aware thing, because that's not what we're talking about. We're
We
talking
are
about the
though. Barking the
qualities.
orders.
We're
Barking the
talking
orders
about
to them whether or
qualities
not they know.
of a captain. So it doesn't matter whether they're aware or not. It's the qualities that a captain should have.
I
Do you
get
agree?
that, but yes, I agree with that. But in the
Yes.
series of Blue Lock, what we've seen, even the barking orders thing, it's likely not going to happen because we're being told this from Isagi's perspective. It's going to be told mostly centered around Isagi, right? They're not going to do a cutaway to Karasu or Aiku screaming at them to do something
I'm not
unless
asking.
absolutely necessary. So they're going to be doing the lead by example type of captain. And Karasu is not a lead by example type.
Neither's IQ. So
Yes, he
What do you
is.
mean?
no.
Yes, he is a lead by example.
IQ can lead by example in the defense, but nowhere else on the pitch.
He leads by overwhelming strength and ability. That's what made him captain prior. You take out Sai, you take out Shido, Aiku is the best player on that team by a large margin. It doesn't matter if he's on offense or it doesn't matter if he goes up or if he's still back. You're leading by example, knowing that you have that security.
That's fair. IQ
You
still
have that
conceded
security
3
in
goals
IQ.
with a new Gen 11 next to him, bro. I'm sorry, but if we're gonna talk about leading by example, that's not leading by example.
Then what made him captain before?
No, it's probably the fact that he gives instructions on the pitch and he's someone that people want to follow.
But he's never
IQ
given
He's
instructions.
the backbone of the U20 Japan defensive wall, bro. He's the iron wall.
Exactly.
Sometimes
And
someone
how did he
tells-
get there? What's the guy called? That not
How
that
did he
right.
get to that position? Because he had overwhelming strength, and he got the captain help because he led by example with his overwhelming strength.
What's the
Hoichi, you mean your Hoichi
the
or
attack
whatever?
dog? The attack dog.
Sendo? Wait,
Nue? Nue? Or
Yeah, I think
Neo?
so.
Sorry.
I think so.
Nio?
I think so. What'd you say? Sorry, what's it?
Neo. The
Yeah,
like the guy who
Neo,
the guy who locked up Nagi?
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
Neo.
Neo.
So he demonstrated that they already have the instructions. They know that IQ is the one that's gonna sweep up everything. They have the instructions. They know what they need to do. IQ is the leader because he's the one that's gonna sweep up, right?
That's
In the U20 match, they didn't show IQ specifically give orders, but I'm pretty sure in the Ubers match he did give orders.
No, as far as I'm aware, because he didn't.
No,
He just
did he
followed
not?
Snuffy's
Did he not
instructions.
tell what's his name, Nico, to get back in his position?
because that's Snuffy's order. That's not really Nico's order.
No.
Yeah.
But and what did I tell you? The captain is the manager on the pitch. So you're telling me it's Snuffy's order, but Snuffy didn't say shit at that
But even
point.
then, you're talking about the cat. But yeah, this is after the play, right? This was straight after. We're talking about during the full play, the entire thing.
No.
He didn't bark a single order.
It doesn't matter whether it's during or after the play. That doesn't matter in the captain's role, bro.
It does
Have
though.
you so I'm speaking because I am the captain of my Sunday League team.
Mhm.
I am the captain of my Sunday League team. The qualities that the manager wants in the captain is someone that can give the instructions during the match. You've got to be able to lead the team and give the instructions during the match. It doesn't matter whether you're the best player. It doesn't matter whether you're the fastest player. None of that actually matters.
But you want a strong player as your captain. Like,
It
what if
doesn't matter whether
Igaguri
you're
was the
physically
captain?
strong,
What if
physically
Igaguri
weak.
was the captain? That doesn't make sense.
No,
You
it
want your
actually,
captain to be
I'm
strong and
telling-
confident.
I'm
Someone who
telling
can
you
lead.
now, this is real life. I'm
It
telling
doesn't matter.
you.
This is Blue Lock. You don't base everything off of real life.
I think we've got to get away from the whole Blue Lock thing, because my question's not specifically because of the Blue Lock players. My question is, who embodies the qualities of a captain? I know
In the
you
Blue
hate
Lock
Karasu.
context.
You've got to
You
get
need-
that out of your mind first.
I don't hate Karasu.
No, you do.
I don't
Come
hate
on,
him.
Arrow.
No, I
Let's
don't.
be
I hate
honest.
Karasu fans who overhype him. I think Karasu is
Yeah,
a
but
pretty average player.
Arrows,
I think he's
it's
a
the
very
exact
average
same
player.
thing. That's the exact same thing when people say they hate Arsenal fans. So what do they do to get at Arsenal fans? They hate on Arsenal. It's the
I don't
exact
think
same
Arrow
thing.
knows Arsenal, bro.
I know.
It's the exact
But
same
it's the
thing.
context. I don't hate Karasu. I hate Karasu fans. I think Karasu is perfectly average. I just don't think that he is entirely good for the captain role. If in Blue Lock, right, you are going to want to lead by example. Every character leads by example.
Apart from what's his name? IQ. Who else has the captain trait?
Isagi is the only other character I would consider secondary to that. After that, I'd say Barou.
No, Barrow could never be a captain. A
I'll give you the exact.
manager would never have a player like Barrow as a captain.
But this is
telling you
ego.
that-
This is
I'll
ego.
tell
He's
you that for
irrational.
free.
This is Barou. This is Blue Lock. This is ego. He makes. You can't base everything off of the rationality of real life.
No,
you need to look at it a little bit. No, you need to look at it a little bit from the context of the story. This is a fictional story.
In the story,
Unrealistic things
Barrow will
happen.
never be captain. I promise you that. I promise you that. In the story, Barrow will never hold captaincy. Never.
I want to pull up the exact panel, like it's talked about. Hiyori literally says people follow Barou because of who he is, how he acts.
He
That's
carried
why
a
people.
whole team and changed the whole system.
We can make a bet. We can make
Right
a bet.
here.
Barrow will
Right here.
never hold
Right here.
captaincy in Blue Lock.
It's not just mere selfishness. Barou has something extraordinary that entrances people. Yeah, he's selfish and he's crazy, but he also has a will and talent that others love. The world's best striker must have those qualities. And sure, they're talking about striker, but you are leading by example. In every instance of a captain-like character in the series, they lead by example. Lorraine was put as captain because he is the best player in Blue Lock. He is leading by example. Aiku is put in written as the captain of his team because not only is the best character on that team, excluding Sai and Cheeto, who aren't official members, but he leads by example because they know as long as he's there, he has their back.
And guess
That's
who's
why
captain of Hiyori's team?
Master Munchen?
Osaka?
No, back home.
Bambi Osaka? Yeah, that's what I said, back home. Yeah, Karasu, because there's no competition. This is not Blue Lock.
We don't know anyone else on the team. We have no one else on the team. We only know those
captain.
two.
We know who's captain.
I'm pretty certain he's not stated to be captain. I'm pretty sure he's just stated.
No, he wears the armband.
I would be the best player on his team. Isagi would be the best player on his team.
I don't think it was ever stated he was captain.
I'm pretty sure he wears the armband, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I'm on 233 where we see him in the thing. I'm pretty sure he's not wearing anything.
The anime doesn't show it, and the anime had that one clip or whatever.
Yeah, even the anime shows extra stuff. There's that. Let's go to 204. I think 204 is the one with Hiyori. The Hiyori backstory is 204, maybe?
It's 205. Wait, no, that's Man of the
That's
Man of the
206 is Hiyori backstory.
204 is when Bao is reviewed as the GOAT.
No, he doesn't have an armband. He just has he has writing on his side, but it's from his jersey.
Oh, okay, maybe I got that wrong.
I mean, not Isagi. He already has the same thing. It's just their club promoter. Not club.
It's just their sponsor.
Ah, right, okay.
But the whole thing, that point doesn't really make sense if we only know about Hiyori and Karasu on that team. We know of nobody else.
And
They're just
Karasu's also the
strong,
oldest player
like-
on the team.
like, and the whole thing, like, you want to lead by example, right? You need, in every instance of Blue Lock, you lead by example. You don't lead by barking commands. They will bark commands as they do, but you're leading by example first and foremost. I cannot put my faith in Karasu as the captain because he doesn't lead by example. The only
Who's
other
the
character who I would say
Karasu?
leads by example is Isagi, because Isagi makes every single person he plays with better. It has been stated numerous times. It has been shown with his performances
So
that he elevates his team.
Isagi would be above IQ.
Karasu, yes.
No, IQ.
Karasu, not IQ. We're talking about who's second.
No. But if we're going by that metric of leading by example, Isagi would definitely be above IQ.
I
Not
think you
only
could
has
argue
Isagi-
either or.
Not
I think
only
you
has
can-
Isagi beaten
you can
IQ
argue
twice,
You can
Isagi
argue either
scored-
or.
Isagi scored a total of 3 goals against IQ.
I think you could argue. I think you could argue either or character should be of the other.
Okay,
I'm only putting
yeah.
IQ above Izagi because he has more experience as a captain. That's just what I say.
Yeah.
And plus, I feel like having a captain on that defensive line knows that you are at least securing that spot. Having your captain or be your strongest defender means you have your strongest defense. It puts into
Yeah.
perspective of like you have a strong defense, you can go buck wild. The same thing for the other U20 team. We have our defensive line. Our captain is our strongest player. While Aiku himself may not be as strong as like Rin or Barou, you could argue Isagi, Chigiri, Nagi, Bachira, them. Like it's
That-
more of he has all the experience as a captain prior and giving people confidence on the defensive line in the same way that Isagi gives people confidence on the front line. So you can argue Isagi or Aiku for those being captain. I just say that Aiku would be written as captain because Ego's like, oh, you have more. You played the captain before. You can do it. Rather than thrusting Isagi, who sometimes lacks confidence in some instances or gets shocked very easy.
Let me just answer this.
Aiku's usually always confident.
Zabuza, your worst player can be your captain. Have you heard of a player called Jordan Henderson? He was the captain. Yeah, have you heard of him? Yeah.
Yeah, I know of him. Of course, I watch football. Yeah.
Yeah, he was captain of Liverpool, but every Liverpool fan will tell you he was their worst player. He was captain of Liverpool, and that Liverpool team went on to win the Premier League. They went on to win the Champions League. They also won a few domestic cups. Champions League and Premier League are the biggest trophies you could win. They went on to win the Club World Cup as well. So,
but here's the thing: Karasu isn't the worst player.
I know.
He's not the worst. But you're putting an average player as your captain as opposed to one of your better selective choices who are overwhelmingly strong.
I'm just addressing this comment here.
Yeah, I know.
So in real life, your skill level doesn't actually.
I get the in real life thing.
Yeah,
but in Blue Lock, why would you pick Karasu? Just because he can bark orders?
Well, yeah.
Is that all? Is that all?
That's one of the reasons. But Karasu is also was the one that kept picking up the second balls in this match.
Wait, which match?
In this game, there's going to be so much better ball picker people who can steal the ball.
I didn't see Raito pick up any second balls.
Right,
I can tell you one.
Raito picked up the ball.
Yeah.
Got what? Sorry.
256 after Hiyori blocked Charles's pass. Raichi picked up that ball and sent it directly back to Hiyori, who sent the pass.
But the one that led to Shido's goal, who picked that up?
Doesn't matter. The ball just dropped towards him. That means nothing.
Come on.
I'm tired of pushing it. Karasu contributed jack fuck to that goal. Anyone could have gotten Charles the ball. The ball just happened to drop to Karasu.
Ain't doing that. And
that was the only thing of you trying to argue.
Was that the only instance? Was that the only instance in the match that Karasu picked up the ball?
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not the only
all those times.
I'm just saying that Karasu does not contribute to Shido's goal. It is Charles and Shido. They are the ones who led to that goal.
So Karasu doesn't pass the ball to Charles.
That's like saying Raichi gave Isagi the goal because he got the ball to Hiyori. That means nothing.
No, it doesn't. It means Hiyori got the ball. So there's a concept in football called the assist and the pre-assist, right?
Mm-hmm.
a lot of so the pre-assist is obviously the pass before the assist.
Mm-hmm.
Hiyori got the pre-assist for Isagi's first goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very important pass that he made. Very important contribution he made. So you're telling me that Karasu picking up the loose ball and giving it to Charles is not a telling contribution in that goal? Because bear in mind where he picks up the ball from. It's on the edge of the box.
You're trying. Okay, if we take Shido's 100% goal, how much of that are you giving to Karasu as like a percentage? How much of that gets credited towards Karasu? I wouldn't give him more than
around 5 to 10%.
5.
So that means nothing. That
No,
5 to 10% means jack.
It means something.
If you have 10%, if you have 10% Karasu and you have 45% Charles and 45% Shido, nobody contributes
45% Charles, bro. It's like at
Yes,
that
it
point
is.
it's like 70% Charles, bro.
Okay, even then, it doesn't get contributed to Karasu at all. That's the same argument of giving Raichi picked up the ball, he got it to Hiyori, who eventually led Isagi to score.
No, it's
that
not.
Means nothing.
It'd be the same argument as Hiyori getting the ball to Kunigami.
That's like saying Ness contributed to the Magnus because he passed the ball and Kiora picked it up. That's like saying Ness contributed to the Magnus because he passed it, Kiora picked it up, and then gave Kaiser the pass. That's not how that works.
How is it like that? Because specifically passed it to Charles. He specifically passed it to Charles with the knowledge that Charles will get it to the front line. Is that not right?
So you're saying that, like, for example, Reen passing the ball back to Charles and getting the assist, and Reen getting the... I know it's the same player, but Charles got the assist, and then it led to Reen getting the goal, right? Who gets that assist or the ball doesn't matter given the rest of the context, right?
Bro,
Charles' insane passing ability is what let that goal happen. Karasu just giving him the ball.
I know you hate Karasu, bro, but
I don't hate Karasu.
No, you do. You saying you hate Karasu fans.
You're telling me you can't tell me I hate a character when I'm saying I don't hate a character.
Fans will cause you to hate Karasu.
No,
I've seen this every day. I'm an Arsenal fan. I see this every day.
The fuck does Arsenal have to do with this?
because everyone says, no, I don't hate Arsenal. I just hate Arsenal fans. But because they hate Arsenal fans, they always shit on Arsenal.
I hate Karasu fans because they overhype him and say he is better than he is. I have full-on context of what he can do when he's capable of.
You're discrediting Karasu's contribution to that first goal.
I'm just saying that contribution is not as big as you want to claim it is. Him feeding that ball to Charles doesn't mean anything.
I gave you my percentage of how much I claim it was, and you said that's nothing.
And the 5 to 10% means nothing in the other 90% of the play.
It's without the 5 to 10%, there's no goal.
Anybody could have gotten that ball. You put Zantetsu in that spot, that ball is going to Charles.
Probably not.
Yes, it is.
Probably not.
All Karasu did was pick up the ball and do a back heel shot. I can name several characters that can do that.
Karasu did what Karasu does best and pick up, and that's pick up loose balls and recycle possession.
With what skill? He was just there.
Oh my
God. Zantetsu has better experience picking up loose balls because he's fast.
We know why he was there. It's because of his reading of the game. That's why he was there.
But that argument you're making of reading of the game, remember that. Karasu does not have a better spatial awareness than someone like Aiku. Does not have a better one than someone like Isagi. In that regard of reading the field, he is not as... Why? Because the argument of who is the better captain, you're wanting to argue
it's not. That was never my argument.
Why? You're arguing that Karasu should be captain. I can name other characters
not my
who
argument
spatial
either,
awareness.
Errol.
What was your argument?
Karasu has the qualities of a captain,
but not as good of qualities as other characters who should be captain.
Okay, but that's not part of the argument. I'm not arguing that.
Who should be captain? Who do you want to be captain? Two characters. Karasu is not in those two. He should not be in those two.
Just because you got two, don't mean that everyone else has got two.
I'm gonna have a stroke, man. In the areas that Karasu excels in as a captain, other characters excel in better as a captain.
That's fine. But
you're not
gonna do
even if he
is discredit that he has those qualities in the first place.
it's not even excelling. Sorry, it's not even a disregarding of those qualities. Is that those qualities don't stand out in relation to other characters who deserve the captain title better.
Bro, I'm not even arguing that. That's not part of my argument whatsoever.
Can
Listen,
we
this was
move-
I was supposed to dip out 45 minutes ago. This is what happens when you get me in beef. I
Because
forget time.
This
and
is
I,
a
is
car
this your plan?
I really think
This was his plan. He wanted to get me distracted.
no. I really think you're discrediting Karasu here.
This is the
I don't-
Karasu about it.
Yeah,
I think if it comes down to picking captain, Karasu is you can make the argument for top 3. I just say Barou instead of Karasu just because Barou has that leadership quality in the same way that Isagi has, like the elevates people. Barou is people want to follow you and want to be better because of you. Because you have Barou is perfect by leading by example. Barou is like one of the best for leading by example, right? Barou, like, kingly mindset is selfish and stubborn, yes, but he has the drive and he has like the you follow me, I will take you to victory. The confidence that people want to be like, if he's this confident, I know I can trust him.
yeah.
And it makes people want to try their hardest to support him. Aiku, people know he's gonna have their back, and it's in the reverse way of like rather than leading and have people following him, he's leading by like by the expectation of like I want you guys to know that no matter what you're gonna do, I will have your back. So feel free to do your best and do what you need to do. If it messes up, I got your back. And then Isagi is the like I will you work with me to elevate myself, but I will also push you to be better. It's the same kind of thing as Barou. I think those 3 things push Karasu out of top 3 for captain. Sure, the feats you mentioned, I do think that Karasu could be a good captain, but to some regard, but I don't think he's as good as people want to say. Like he should be U20 captain. I think there are 3
Yeah,
other characters who are better, and I think if
maybe
you're
not-
not in the top 3, you shouldn't be considered. If you are
maybe
not in the
not
top 3, don't be
U20
considered.
captain. I would still have Karasu after IQ, and then Isagi
Below
would
Isagi.
be my
Oh,
third.
so you have
I w-
Karasu over Isagi. I think that's ridiculous, but I'm not even
I
gonna argue it anymore.
because I think Isagi will get to the point where he can be captain. I just don't think he's ready right now. I don't think he's ready right now.
I feel like there's no bar of like you're ready or you're not. I think it's just a matter of ego's gonna make you the captain whether you like it or not, and you have to own up to that.
Mm.
And you have to, like, there's no choice. Like, it's one of the situations of blue lock of like you have to win, you lose. There's no option. You have no choice to continue to your dream aside from winning.
Yeah.
That's the situation of like I feel like they're gonna put in like you're gonna be the captain. If you cannot lead the role, this team will crumble. You have to get to that point where you can handle that title. Plus, I feel like your captain should be starting the majority of your games, and I don't think Karasu is
Yeah,
gonna do
you
that.
guys don't think Karasu is gonna start, but I do.
No, like here's the thing. I think the only thing Karasu excels in
Suki,
is reading the field.
Are you speaking out of hate? Or are you speaking out of
No, I'm
story?
speaking out of realism because Rayo, Raichi, Kunagami, probably even not Nico, fuck Nico, but like
No,
there's
yeah.
there's
Well,
3
here's the
or
thing.
4 people who can do a better job than Karasu at CDM.
I don't see Rayo as a CDM.
Yeah, I see Urayo as more midfielder. Maybe
Yeah.
I see Urayo as I see Urayo as a CDM only in the instance of like he isn't playing midfielder,
If you
full
want
like
a deep
offensive
line
midfielder
playmaker,
or
yeah.
defense.
Do they even need to make a CDM position is my question, because they could really go for like 2 midfielders, central
Because
midfield.
here's the thing: do what they did with Blue Lock, like have Karasu convert back sometimes, like how he converted back. To do the same thing for Urayo. His chameleon copy on defense is definitely a stronger weapon than anyone than someone that Karasu has. Having being able to copy and make 2 of someone with almost nearly identical specs is stronger than what Karasu can have. And plus Karasu is Metavision, Ryo has that. The reason I say no to Karasu is because I feel like if you flood the team with Metavision users, it makes the ability less interesting. Like I know the whole thing of people were saying like, oh, we have too many Metavision users. I think it's because we have them now, but they're not all going to be on the field at once. Like
But
if you
I
have
reckon
Isagi, Ryo, Nico, Hiyori, Karasu, I think that's all the blue lock I think that's all the blue lock. That's 5 of your 11. That's almost half of your team Metavision users. I feel like it makes the ability less significant. Like, have it be Isagi. Oh, I didn't mention Aiku, so there's 6. So wait, Isagi, Aiku, Nico, Ryo, Hiyori, Karasu. Yeah, 6 are the team.
Demo.
That's over half.
Isagi understands everyone's playstyles, bro.
I
So
think
don't.
you're gonna have Isagi and Aiku,
IQ,
almost
yeah.
100% on the team every single time, right?
Yeah.
I think Ryo's a great. I think Hiyori is more than likely to be on the team the majority of the time. Ryo for sub-in, that's 4. I think at most 4 you should have Ryo, have Nico, and have Karasu all kind of rotate between who's on the field at once. But like if you have Ryo or Nico on the field and then you put Karasu on in addition, that's like 5 or 6 already. Like you don't need that, and it makes Karasu's usage ineffective because cool, he's got everyone can see the field the same. Cool. What's the point of having him on? I'd rather have someone like Kunigami with that indomitable physique or Raichi with that unlimited stamina always be that man marker. Always be that stalking horse. Like Karasu wouldn't do that. He'd pick up the loose balls. Cool, that's great. But when you have players like Chigiri, when you have players like Corona who could be on the field, Karasu isn't really needed. Like they're quick to get to the ball, they're quick for sending passes. Players like Ryo too, they're great for getting the ball right up the field. Karasu does that, but like these players also do more in addition. That are definitely better suited that other players really can't. So I feel like that's where Karasu lacks.
But Demo also made a good point that Karasu understands people's plays and the good.
Isagi does too, though.
Isagi and
No,
Hiyori
I
and
hear that,
Ryo
but
do the same.
Right, but Isagi's gonna be up front, bro.
Okay, Ryo, Hiyori.
The last thing you want is your captain to be the front man.
But Ronaldo's a very good captain, and he's a captain for Portugal, similar to Barrow because of his
Ronaldo's a captain because he's Ronaldo, bro.
Similar to Barrow. Barrow's gonna be captain because he's Barrow. He literally uplifts the team because of his pure talent alone. Like he can.
Barrow's not gonna be captain, bro.
He could be captain over Karasu. Him and Isagi have the same damn claim to being captain. They both uplift the whole team easily.
We'll have to agree to disagree with the Barrow one. I don't put Barrow in that.
I would put Isagi over Barrow though.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm just saying Isagi and Barrow have a similar trait to where like they change the team styles and they literally uplift the whole team. But Barrow doesn't understand everyone's play styles like Isagi, so Isagi has that over him.
No, that's fair enough. Anyways, I didn't want to keep you guys. My bad. I didn't know it would actually get us to overrun there. But yeah, like very interesting. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing the next chapter and like what's gonna happen there. Obviously the whole Nagi.
I have Rayo over Karasu for captain, honestly.
Right, the whole Munchen versus Barcher match. Do you reckon we're gonna see any of that, or do you think we just?
People are expecting it's gonna be appearing at the end of next chapter. Which by the way, I think Suki said or Leo, someone said, I think it was Leo, that leaks are dropping Thursday, which I don't think it's true. But it's still always a possibility. But even then, I think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna get a little bit of it next chapter.
For 4 pages at least, like the PXG versus Munchen.
Yeah. Okay. So like a little bit like Munchen versus PXG. Yeah. Okay.
I don't.
I hear that. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, I'd really love to see how that turns out. I'm fingers crossed for a Nagi hat trick. Although I don't.
I'm so pissed off. I'm waiting on the official drop.
Bro.
I'm gonna be up so late because this stupid website isn't dropping the official scans yet, and I need them.
Has it not?
No, it hasn't dropped the scans yet, and it's pissing me off because I need them. Well, Weeb Central that I always use.
Yeah,
it hasn't dropped the official scans. So if you can get me them, I'd appreciate it because I need them for my video, and they have yet to drop them, and I don't want to be up all night.
I think there is a site that has. I don't know if they're official scans, but I think there is a site that has what looks like official scans.
Well, it's a matter of I can't save the scans is the issue.
Okay.
Like on
Yeah, I'll send you a link right now.
Because like
Actually.
on like the website I usually use, I can save the images directly
Mm-hmm.
to my stuff, right? But on other websites like Manga Plus or Kodansha, I can't save them.
Yeah,
And
I feel.
I'd have to crop them, or I'd have to pay for them, and it's a lot lower quality, and I don't want to deal with that. So
Okay.
usually they drop the official scans at like 4 or 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
and
So
then
I
we have to
sent
drop
you
them
the
yet, and it
website
pisses me off.
I sent you the website I used. It's there. It's like the English K manga, this official.
Okay.
Okay,
All
hold
right,
up.
guys. I'm
I wanna
gonna
see if I
wrap
can.
it up. You
But yeah,
guys got to do your editing. I also,
yeah.
I just finished writing the script for my chapter review, so
I was
I'm
gonna eat
gonna.
dinner. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
I have
Oh,
to audio.
I got out of class, came back, played a couple games of Marvel Rivals, and then jumped on this.
oh, bro, don't remind me, bro. Because if I jump on now, bro, I'm not going to sleep.
Dude,
Uh,
because remember we're getting new heroes in a couple days.
Oh yeah, the
yeah.
trailer came out
Oh,
today.
are we? Who?
We're getting Human Torch and the Thing. They're dropping Friday.
Okay. Okay, bro, I didn't even know. I've not played in like 3 days.
Dude, you gotta peep their Twitter. They just dropped some preview stuff. Human Torch is like a
Oh,
full Loki counter now.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look. But yeah, bro, I'll probably just stick with my magic. Um,
Yeah, I'm mostly
I've
running Penny now on just full Penny. I used to
I've
run a lot of Rocket before, but now I'm going
I've
back.
tried Penny. I can't get used to it, man. I can't get used to it.
Really?
Yeah, people beam me with Penny, but I can't do the same to other people, bro.
Well, because the issue is like Penny's a very set up character, which is exactly how I love to play. I love to like give me time and you're dead. Like
Yeah.
I love it when like a Wolverine or an Iron Fist or a Magic tries to rush me on
Yeah,
my
bro.
nest and I have like 8 mines and like 8
Stand
little
no
spider
chance.
bites around me. They're dead instantly and it's
Yeah,
so funny.
that's why I hate it. That's why I tried it, because I'm always running magic, but I'm always constantly getting killed by mine straight up. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me try Penny, because like she keeps beaming me. Maybe I can do something with that, but nah, bro. I'm no good. The only other character I ever really play is either Rocket or Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
If the
Wait,
team.
one more question before we leave. What are you thinking Nagi and Rao's final bid will be? Because we're about to get that game.
What's the current one now?
Nagi,
Rails on
Rao's at 40. Nagi's at 40. Rao's at
30.
28.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
28. Um,
Or no, he might be at 32. Well, let
it's
me pull up the exact.
I thought it was in the 30s,
It's
but
in the
maybe that
30s,
was
I
the one
think.
before. That was the bid before, maybe.
Rao is at 34 million.
Yeah, okay. And Nagi's on 40. So I think Nagi gets 100
Yeah, I'm thinking
or
100 million.
90,
I'm thinking 100.
right? And then Rayo, what's Chigri's on, what, 50 right now?
Chigri's at 75. Chigri's at 55. Sorry.
55. So I'm thinking Rayo around 55, 60.
I think Rao's 75. Honestly,
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
like,
no, because do you think he's gonna
okay,
do
what did
more
I
than
say?
one
What did I say?
assist, or do you think he
I think
might
he's gonna
score?
score a goal. I think he's
I
gonna
hope
score a goal
so.
with a Nagi assist, and he's gonna then assist Nagi with a Nagi assist Nagi for him to score a goal. I think he's gonna copy Kaiser's impact.
Really?
Yeah, I mean he can. If anyone can, he can.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Because like, sure, it won't be as fast and it won't be as strong and it won't be as good because he doesn't have Predator Eye. But if he just trains his body to be like Kaiser, who's
Mhm.
stopping him from executing the Kaiser impact in the air using his full body in the swing the same way
Yeah,
that Kaiser does?
yeah. Oh, that'd be sick. But Rayo's not a bagsman like that. He doesn't score that many. So we if we don't actually get to see it in this next match, I don't know if we ever will.
Like, I said Rayo. Let me pull it up exactly where I gave the bids. Oh, this is the wrong one. I think I have no idea. Is it this one?
What is it? A panel.
No, I made a video on this. I'm looking through the script to
Ah,
find.
yeah, okay.
I made a video on this. I said he was. Yeah, I said he was 10. I said Royal was 10 with a value of 55 million yen.
Ah, okay.
And then I said Raito at 10, Aiku at 9, Kunigami at 8, Shigiri at 7, Bachara at 6, Nagi at 5, Shooter at 4, Barou at 3, Marine at 2, Isagi at 1.
Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
But yeah, I gotta go. Thank you so much, man, for inviting
Bro,
me.
it was good, man. It was good. It was good. I was surprised with the Karasu thing, man. But yeah, no, it was great, man. Having you guys on, and especially having Nakeem on. That was good, bro. But yeah, next time we'll be here again. I'm really looking forward to this next chapter, though. I want to see what's next because I really can't
Oh yeah, I'm the
imagine
same.
anything. But yeah, Aero, I'll see you again next time. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining in with your comments as well. Please take care of yourself, guys. God bless, and we'll see you again soon.
Peace.